Olympic hero Kurt Angle, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Yo, listen, this is the best Wrestler Alive Platinum match, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Hey everybody, Eric Bischoff here, and you are listening to We Are Wrestling podcast.
Hello everyone, this is Nunzio, former WWE Cruiserweight Champion, and you're watching We Are Wrestling podcast.
We Are Wrestling podcast. Check them out, man.
Stay tuned, listen to the podcast. Best one, Donnie might teach you a thing or two.
We Are Wrestling. And if you don't listen to it, then it's one-on-one with The Undertaker.
Featuring your host, Best One Dog, Danny Huckins, Rated Service, and Dan Eddy. We are wrestling.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself, soon to be the new We Are Wrestling Predictions Champion, the best one, Donnie, here with...
What is going on, everybody? Danny here, man. 1/3 or 1/4 of the We Are Wrestling podcast, whichever way you guys want to look at it. It's Rumble Week. I'm excited. Let's get into this, man. We have a lot to talk about, and Donnie, you're not winning the We Are Wrestling Championship, man. I'm sorry to say, but it's not. It's not fucking happening. Okay.
Can I ask you, where is the championship?
It's in the closet, so I don't have the.
What are you, John Moxley, hiding the championship from the Maniacs?
Yes, you gotta unlock
what
it.
What a dick!
You gotta unlock it, motherfucker.
Oh, I'm gonna unlock it this Saturday.
I'm here too. What's up, guys?
I'm here too.
And like, I'll join the party. No, I'm gonna win the belt. Yeah. Thanks for the intro, Dick.
In the corner. You're like when Moxie is feuding with somebody and like there's this really intense moment and then fucking you just see Daniel Garcia right next to him.
I'm like,
not gonna lie, I kind of miss when Daniel Garcia used to do the little dance.
I'm like a Santino Morello, I can do serious business stuff, but I'm also a comic.
You gotta have a Cobra, man. You have a dog mind. You don't have a Cobra.
We already established this guy. I'm the stats guy, and I'm like the Pat McAfee of the podcast.
You should for Halloween, you should come dressed up like fucking Danhausen.
I always thought Rage could get away with that.
Interesting.
But we're getting off the tracks here because we got a very long episode for you ladies and gentlemen out there.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already and you're listening to this podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you get your podcast, please leave us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download this episode. Really helps grow the podcast. But if you guys want to be a part of the live We Are Wrestling pod every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel where you get the best professional wrestling content. It's Rumble Week. Videos are coming out of nowhere like an RKO. Every single day this week, it's a stream or it's a video. Yeah. But that's where you get the best pro wrestling content is over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. And if you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, we recommend you guys to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Videos will be coming out of nowhere like an RKO. And of course, you already know the grind is real.
Bro, you know how excited I am for Rumble Week, man? I went live for NXT last night, and like
you did. I was in your chat.
It's not a thing that I typically do. So I'm excited. I'm amped up. I didn't think I was going to be this excited about the Rumble, especially with it being in Saudi Arabia, but I can't help it, bro. I love this event. I love this time of year. I'm full of excitement, man. I'm full of piss and vinegar. I'm ready to fucking go.
It is one of those most exciting PLEs. Like this is why it's called like right after Royal Rumble weekend. It's the road to WrestleMania. That's literally like it just starts all the storylines that you'll get to see come into fruition in the next few months. So that's why I'm excited for Royal Rumble storylines and the surprises. Who wins, who loses. Just
when
the
it
matches.
comes to the WWE PLEs, the big four, my favorite has always been the Royal Rumble. Just because of the match itself and the fact that now, like, the women have a Royal Rumble match, which I think is about to be 10 years now in a couple of years.
Yeah, when did that start?
2018,
Yeah.
I think 2018.
2018. So, like, the fact that we have 2 Royal Rumble matches to look forward to really excites me. It's my favorite event of the year. And with the road to WrestleMania means, oh boy, it's the road to the We Are Wrestling content because we're going to be putting out so much content during the road to Mania. That's when we're going to be going hardcore. A lot of your favorite content creators go hardcore during the holidays. We Are Wrestling. We got to go hardcore during the road to WrestleMania, which, by the way, next week's live episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast is going to be a road to WrestleMania edition, which means just like this week, tomorrow on a Thursday, we're going to be having 2 We Are Wrestling podcast extras where we're going to be covering our weekly news and rumors and the TV recaps because with Royal Rumble predictions this week and next week being the road to WrestleMania, fantasy booking it, and Rage's return, it's going to be a lot of content. So if I were you, highly recommend hitting that subscribe button now. But hold on a minute. We need to show some love to the We Are Wrestling Maniacs that are here live with us right now. We got Tom. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Nate here in the live chat. We Are Wrestling. Like and subscribe. Alex. What's up, everybody? I acknowledge Donnie as my tribal chief. That's right. Acknowledge me.
He acknowledges me, man. He forgot the Y and the A. So, he meant to say me, not you.
Nah. Also, Alex is asking, Donnie, what if I don't have any money for a super chat? Well, unfortunately, you can't draw a ball if you don't have a super chat. Because we are doing something pretty new here. If you could see behind me, which I will go full screen for those who don't have good eyesight, behind me is the bingo cage, something that WWE needs to bring back for the Royal Rumble. So we thought it'd be a really cool thing to do. Let's do a giveaway. And I'm also going to be making this announcement on my toy page because there is going to be 2 free WWE action figures for the winner. So pretty much all you have to do, guys, which I might as well put the pin comment here, you send a $5 super chat. It could be any stream this week. It could be the We Are Wrestling pod right now, live. It could be tomorrow during the extras with me and whoever is going to be talking news with me. Or it could be during the Royal Rumble live watch-along. But if you send $5 during the Royal Rumble stream, there is 30 ping pong balls right here. And you'll be able to draw a number. And if your number gets picked in either the men or the women's Royal Rumble, you will win a free WWE action figure. I do highly recommend the Maniacs. If you want to get your entrant in the Rumble, I would send in your super chats this video because once it goes up on my toy page, just telling you guys this right now, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to send in the super chats because trust me, my figure fans on Best One Donnie are crazy.
Donnie will even sign the figure for you guys.
If you want me to, of course, I will.
Do we get to figure out what the action figures are, or is it just whoever comes out that number that we pick out?
The figures will be announced during tomorrow's stream. I will have them in hand. I got to go through my storage.
Cool.
But there is going to be a pretty good figure in there.
And Donnie keeps all his stuff mint, so like literally
minty
like,
mint.
all his stuff
I
is,
can
like,
see that.
Absolutely. Best condition possible. But we also have Bradley here. We Are Wrestling member in the live chat, acknowledging Danny as the tribal chief, which I think he messed up the name there. I think he meant to say Donnie.
Yeah,
remember Bradley, it's IE. I don't go by Donnie with the Y, okay?
No, I'm saying he misspelled Dan. He put an N and a Y and didn't need that.
You
Just
need to
kidding.
grow your hair out and have like little dreadlocks and look like Donnie from Wild Thornberries.
People love that.
Why would I
impression
have to look
do.
like that? He can already do the thing.
Wait, have I ever did that to you, Danny?
I don't think so.
Well, that's my Donnie Thornberry impression. People love it.
I've heard him do it before.
Yeah, I think I did it randomly with you and Ben once on the pod. But
Shit, I was gonna pop you.
Bradley can't wait for Rage's return. As of right now, Rage is coming back next week on the show. We haven't even talked behind the scenes on how we're gonna do the rotation and stuff. We'll find out day of probably. Rage, enjoy your last week of vacation, buddy. But we got Miles High in the live chat. WWE should stop announcing the participants. We want to be shocked on who comes back or who's going to be in it.
Well, I mean,
I agree.
It's only been like half the list for each side.
But also, like, can we get announcements like built up for a month, not 2 weeks before the Rumble?
Yeah, I admit the build up for this PLE has been
back
kind
in the Attitude Era. They used to use the bingo kids. Like they've always like
we got it right there.
The thing that's surprising though. The thing that's surprising is the fact that they don't say what number each person is gonna be. So that's a surprise fact.
Bring back the bingo cage.
Plus,
that's why
I
we are
think
wrestling.
Even with the confirmed entrance, what I was saying, like with the men's, there's still like 14 spots, and the women's like 15 spots available. So like it's not like they're giving away the whole list.
If the Royal Rumble was nothing but surprises and people that are like coming back to the company or people that don't necessarily work in the company anymore, but they have like a sort of working relationship, it would make the Rumble a lot more predictable because if the one guy that is a legit WWE guy, that he's obviously gonna win. So the fact that it's not like that, it makes it less.
I agree. You have to have some stones in there. You need to. But Josh Toy Show, thanks for popping in my live earlier, Donnie. Absolutely, man. I was on my way home from my shoot job, and I saw my boy Josh was live. He's always here live with us every Wednesday, so I thought I would hang out there a little bit, talk some figures while I was driving. It was a good time.
He came on my Twitch stream last night. He's always showing love.
And we got Nate here. I saw your reaction for the division in the Rumble. Yes, sir. Absolutely. But with that being said, now I think it's time to get into the We Are Wrestling power of the poll. Every Wednesday over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel, it's easy. You go to the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel, you go to our post every Wednesday morning. Well, except for today, it was in the afternoon. We post a brand new power of the poll, always wrestling related. We give you guys 1 week to vote. And of course, it's Royal Rumble week. So we thought we'd ask you guys last week, who is the best wrestler? Like, who is the best winner that drew number one in a Royal Rumble match? The four options we had were Shawn Michaels, 1995, Chris Benoit, 2004, Edge, 2021, Rhea Ripley, 2023. The only four winners in the Royal Rumble that drew number one. So, let's find out who won this week's power of the poll. Love you, Chevy. And the winner is Shawn Michaels, 1995, with 60%, while 15% Chris Benoit, 2004, 14% Rhea Ripley, and 12% Adam Copeland. Well, Edge. Jeez. Do we agree with this?
That I do agree with that. You know, that Shawn Michael, like in almost every single video package that WWE makes, whether it's about the Rumble or about like, you know, some historic event in WWE, you know, build up to WrestleMania. Like, you always see that graphic of Shawn Michaels, like, hanging on by both arms and, like, his feet are close to hitting the ground, but they don't. And he ends up, like, you know, pulling himself back up or whatever. Just so iconic. Like, even if you weren't watching, like, wrestling around that time, like, you've seen that image countless times or whatever. So I definitely agree with that.
Wait, wasn't Rey Mysterio number 2 in 2006, right? Triple H was number 1, I thought.
I can look that
can't
up.
remember.
Yeah, if you want to look that up, Dan, because I do think it was Triple H at number 1, Rey Mysterio at number 2. But I'm not surprised by Shawn Michaels with the 1 foot winning. I do think that Chris Benoit 2004 would have gotten more votes if there was not that controversy that happened in 2007, because they have erased this from history, which only the diehards know that Chris Benoit was the winner of the 2004 Rumble, and he was at number 1.
He lasted, then record 62 minutes, but he only won the Royal Rumble once in 2006. You're right, Donnie. He was number 2.
He was number 2. Yes, I knew it. I did know it. But
he
Chris,
I'll be right back,
did,
yo.
Yep.
he did eliminate Randy Orton and Triple H.
Yeah, so I will say, like, best Royal Rumble winner, who drew number 1. Like, it's tough because I do think Chris Benoit was the best winner, because I think the payoff is, to me, that's what I'm looking at this like as well. Because Shawn Michaels in 1995, he didn't have that moment of winning the WWF Championship. If you actually go back into time, it was 96 when Shawn Michaels went on to WrestleMania 12 to go against Bret Hart for the championship in that Iron Man Classic. 95, I think that's when he lost his smile, and then he took a break, or they did something to where he didn't go for the title.
Yeah, I don't disagree with the outcome. I do disagree with the margins because, I mean, come on. Did you see that? Did you guys watch that Royal Rumble with Rhea Ripley? That option deserves more than 14%. The Edge in 2021 with 12%. That was 2021, right?
That was 2021.
Yeah, that can stay last. Like, it was awesome to watch. Like, it was kind of one of his final Royal Rumble wins, and going on to great things. And then the 15% was what, the Big Show?
Nope, that was Chris Benoit winning in.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, Chris Benoit. Yeah, I mean, that was a great one too. But I think just the 60% compared to the 14%, that needs to get a little bit closer, because that Rhea Ripley one deserves more respect than that's getting.
But here's the thing: I feel like Chris Benoit should have won because of the moment itself. Like, he won the Royal Rumble at number 1. He went on to WrestleMania, had a triple threat match with Triple H and Shawn Michaels. And all of this is like forgotten history because of course, what happened in 2007. Right. And I'm separating the wrestler from the human being. But man, that moment right there, I do think if like history wasn't erased, I think more people would be saying Chris Benoit was the best Royal Rumble winner to draw number 1. Hot take, I think.
Yeah, I think
but I think Edge also got 12% because it was the Thunderdome era also, which I think doesn't help either, because a lot of people try to forget. Like, I feel like people try to forget 2020 and like 2021 because of the pandemic, because of losing millions of lives, that I think people just forget like Edge had this killer performance in this Royal Rumble at the Performance Center. Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. If I can even find if I can find the thing. Oh, there it is.
It's only $4.99 though.
Give me a hell yeah.
Paintball ball.
Hell yeah.
Alex Johnson with the $5 super chat. He wants to win the Royal Rumble. He wants to win the predictions with the numbers. So
he skipped you out in a penny, bro.
That's okay, Alex Johnson. You are in there. I'm writing your name right now. So you are a part of the Royal Rumble draw, which, if you guys just joined the stream, behind me is the bingo cage. That's right. We stole it from the WWE warehouse. 1 to 30. We have bingo balls in there. If you send in a $5 super chat, you enter this contest. And if your number gets drawn and the woman or the men that does enter the Royal Rumble at your number, you win a free WWE action figure. Well, $5, but you're definitely going to get more value than $5 if you do win. So, Alex Johnson, thank you for that. But yeah, so for this week's Power of the Poll, let's see what some of the Maniacs said here. We have Shawn Michaels. So Nate thinks Shawn Michaels deserved it. So Ray should be on there. Nope, Rey Mysterio.
Oh,
should not be
Nathan,
on there.
we'll get to it in time. We have our Royal Rumble predictions later on in the podcast, so can't spoil it just yet.
Oh yeah, we are going to get into our Royal Rumble predictions very
It's gonna
soon.
be a
This
good
is the
one,
whole episode. The whole episode is based off of that.
Gonna be a
But
good one.
if you guys want to be a part of next week's Power of the Poll, Road to WrestleMania, we asked you guys, what's your favorite era of AJ Styles? Because this weekend he could possibly be having his last match in his professional wrestling career. So we asked you guys, what's your favorite era of AJ Styles? We have Ring of Honor, TNA Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, or WWE. And you have 1 week to vote on this. But let's do some advertising real quick, and then we'll get into our highlight of the week. So We Are Wrestling Podcast, episode 200. We're going to be live here on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. Oh boy. I need to have this prepared.
Give me a hell yeah!
Oh, brother!
We got another $5 super chat from Bradley. I am winning.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go. We're going to get you in there as well. There we go. And I know this is going to be happening throughout the stream, and we appreciate it. But now getting back into the script here, We Are Wrestling Podcast 200 is going to be a special episode because We Are Wrestling is bringing in former WWE superstar Zach Gowen for a one-on-one interview. And it's going to be a really cool experience. And if it ends up being a great turnout, we're going to start bringing in more wrestlers here on the pod. And Zach Gowen's very excited to join us live on Wednesday, March 18th. So Zach Gowen will be a part of the show. Then we have a couple videos we need to advertise because it's Rumble Week. Yesterday, if you guys didn't check out the We Are Wrestling Podcast Extra WWE Unreal Season 2 review, myself and the voice of the faithful, Phil McManus, made his return to We Are Wrestling, and we did a review on the entire Season 2 of Unreal. And if you've been hiding under a rock, you can see right there in the thumbnail, there I am. I was a part of Season 2 Unreal with my Money in the Bank reaction with Ron Killings coming back to WWE. Such a great season. I think Phil and I had some really great takes here. There's going to be some shorts going up on the social medias throughout the week, but man, this is a must watch in my opinion. So if you haven't checked out the Unreal Extra, I would go watch it. Then of course, tomorrow I'm going to be live here on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just like our normal time that we'd have on Wednesdays. And that's right. We're going to be talking about the We Are Wrestling TV recaps and weekly news and rumors for the week, because of course, today is Rumble predictions. So we have to find some time to cover the news, and that's what we're going to do on the Extra tomorrow, live, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then, of course, Friday, we will have the SmackDown reactions go up, and then on Saturday, the Royal Rumble watch along. So if you guys are looking for somebody to watch the Royal Rumble with, We Are Wrestling will be live Saturday. I believe 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know Danny Huckins, you'll be live over on your YouTube channel for the Rumble as well. So if you guys want to hop along stream, see who wins the prediction championship, go right ahead. Dan Eddy, I know we're going to talk definitely as well. I want to get you on the stream periodically, probably during the intermissions of each match. We'll probably get you in there. You can give your thoughts and stuff if you have nothing going on Saturday. We will have a full house full here at Best One Studio, sold out. But just want to talk about this, even though we already have the $5 Royal Rumble giveaway contest pretty much behind me. We have the cage, and so far Alex Johnson and Bradley have entered. And there's only a certain amount of balls as well. There's only 30 balls in there, and there's already 10 of them taken. So you better get those $5 super chats in.
Chevy, it's on Netflix.
Yep. Basically, the $5 will get you one random ping pong ball with a number that will get drawn during Saturday's live watch along for the Royal Rumble. If your number in either the men's or the women's Royal Rumble wins, you'll receive a brand new WWE action figure, and those figures will be revealed tomorrow on the extra because I don't have them in hand right now. Blitzkrieg Pro, We Are Wrestling, is going to be in Westfield, Mass on Saturday, February 21st. Tommy Dreamer is in the house. We Are Wrestling. We're going to be sponsoring Isla Dawn versus Notorious Mimi, who is one of the up-and-coming independent wrestlers right now in the Northeast. Somebody who I guarantee you guys will be on TV within the next couple of years. If you can't make it to Westfield, Mass, you can always watch this full show live Saturday, February 21st on IWTV for only $9.99.
Donnie, I have her on my list for people to watch for this year because we were talking about her just was it the last podcast before the year ended?
I believe it was last week or the week before that. I think we plugged it last week.
I'm already enjoying Vanity Project too. It was always already on my list. So sorry, continue. Just wanted to add that.
So that's right. And then of course today, Danny will be defending his championship in our Royal Rumble predictions, which we are going to talk about the points breakdown because a lot of the times this is confusing. So I wanted to make sure that the higher ups at We Are Wrestling made us a graphic so you guys understand how the championship works. So with the Royal Rumble predictions point breakdown, a regular match win will equal 1 point. Each person gets 2 men and 2 women surprise picks. And they're all different. We're not allowed to pick the same people. So whoever locked in who first got them. Surprise entrance, correct, equals 3 points. If you get both men or both women you predict correct, that equals 7 points. So real quick, just to put some context into that, let's say Dan Eddy, his 2 women that he picks for the predictions that he has
away already.
They show up as surprise entrants in the Royal Rumble. That is 7 points. So he'll get a bonus point pretty much because the surprise entrant correct is 3 points. Royal Rumble entrant number correct equals 2 points. We're doing our own little fantasy football here, except with the Rumble. So if we do get an entrant correct, entering at whatever number, we receive 2 points. And of course, the Royal Rumble winner, that is 5 points. So, of course, by the end of the Royal Rumble, whoever has the most points will become the We Are Wrestling Predictions Champion. And if it ends up being a tie, Danny has agreed whoever is the tie, it will be for the championship Elimination Chamber predictions.
Yes.
Oh, hold on a minute. Once again.
Give me a hell yeah!
We got another entrant in the Royal Rumble. Eddie, we appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Others though?
In there. All right.
Does that equal to $5? I don't know what the...
I believe it does.
It does, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
But that's how we're going to do the points breakdown for our predictions for this Rumble. Oh, you have entered a Rumble, Eddie. Welcome.
I'm already going to win it.
Let's go. Get those super chats in, baby. I love this concept. All right. Well, with that being said now, I think it's time. You guys think it's time?
I think it's time, bro.
For the Royal Rumble predict. Oh, yeah, it is time for the Royal Rumble predictions. And the way that we're going to do this, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know how we're going to do the show this week, we're going to talk about 2 of the matches. We're going to talk about the Women's Royal Rumble first, and then we're going to talk about Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn for the undisputed WWE Championship. And then we're going to get into the getting put over, which is going to be the Royal Rumble 1998 review, because we have watched it and we've been telling you guys for the past month to watch it so you can be a part of this getting put over. Because when it comes to the big 4 PLEs, that's how we like to do it. We like to put over a past pay-per-view. And then, of course, after we do the getting put over, we're going to talk about AJ Styles versus Gunter, and then the main event, the men's Royal Rumble match. And you're going to get to see all the entrants because all of us have made our fantasy list 1 through 30. We have our surprises. We have our winners. And then, of course, like we'll talk about like maybe Final Four and all that cool stuff as well. So I think it's time we should get into it. What do you say?
Let's do it, man.
All right. Well, we're going to start off with the women's Royal Rumble match. So here we go. And there's our point breakdown. And Daddy, we're going to let you take it away with your first 10 that you have entering the Rumble.
My first 10 is number 1. I got Liv Morgan. I do think, you know, she ran the gauntlet before. I think she's gonna do it all again. Number 2, we got Becky Lynch, which, you know, Becky Lynch has been, you know, doing some of the best work of her career, you know, as of late. Number 3, we got Roxanne Perez. It makes sense to have, you know, sort of Roxanne and Liv to be really close. That way they can work together and then maybe go at each other or whatever once they have, you know, the ring cleared.
Oh, before you get into number 4 real quick, Eddie, do I get my entrant prediction? So on Saturday in the beginning of the live watch along for the Royal Rumble, you see this bingo cage that is behind me right over here. There's bingo balls in there, and pretty much what you did is you sent in $5 super chat. So the way it's going to work, you're pretty much going to get a ball drawn in the beginning of our live watch along for the Royal Rumble. And if your number pops up, like let's say Roman Reigns shows up at number 15, the number I draw for you, and he wins the Rumble, you get a free WWE action figure out of it. So that's how we're doing it. But Daddy, I'll let you get back to what you were saying. You're at number 4.
Number 4, we got Bayley. Because, again, you know, Bayley, I feel like Bayley hasn't been getting much love. She's been sort of doing this thing with Lyra, which I think is working or whatever. But she's a phenomenal pro wrestler. She's, you know, definitely pro WWE in a lot of ways. So I feel like having her at number 4, you know, and I do think she's.
Well, you don't have to. I also want to say, too, you don't have to also give reasons to every single number. We could just fly through our numbers and then talk about it.
Number 5, Raquel Rodriguez. Number 6, Asuka. Number 7, Chelsea Green. Number 8, Elba Fire. Number 9, AJ Lee. And number 10, Lash Legend. So.
Oh, yeah. So, Eddie, yes. Basically, whatever number you draw will count for both the men and the women's Royal Rumble.
Yo, you should go on the notes app on your phone, and everybody that sends a super chat, you can write their name down. That way you know like who's gonna
already on it, pal.
So.
I'm the host with the most, baby. You don't tell me. If I was a champion right now, I would have my fucking championship on my shoulder throughout this entire predictions.
Now, I also
you're a terrible champion.
I do also want to ask this: if people that already sent in the super chat, they send an extra one, does that count for an extra ball?
No.
Or are we only doing one per person?
Nope, one per person. We have to be fair. We want to let all the maniacs have a chance here.
Sounds good.
That's like me going to like the water balloons and like deciding to like pay for like each of the guns because I don't want anybody to compete with me. No, there's competition here. Competition brings out the best in everybody.
I mean, you can add the competition to say that they can send as many super chats as they want. They can get more balls per the matches.
Eddie, you have
more chances to win.
Give me a hell yeah!
And we got a $2 super chat for Brian. When is Vince on the pod? Might as well address this real quick before Dan, Eddie, you get into your numbers. I can't believe you made this a thing, Daddy. I'm gonna let you take this away. You tell them the truth. You tell them the truth. What happened a couple weeks ago? What did you say?
I was making a joke. I didn't think people were gonna take me serious.
Well, Brian Lang 2424 sent in a $2 super chat because he's taking Vince McMahon coming on our show serious. Vince is not coming on the podcast.
It's not.
Eddie, you're not number 15, bro. You're not 15 yet.
You won't know what number you are until you got to join the
Saturday.
watch along here on the We Are Wrestling channel on Saturday, and Donnie will be, he'll spin
I'll
the
be
little
drawing the
cage or
numbers in the
whatever, and
beginning
he'll
of
be
the
drawing the
stream.
number. So. But it was a joke, man. It was a joke. Vince McMahon is not coming on the pod. I can't even remember why I said it. I know it had to do with
Probably
something
because we
about,
were maybe 4 hours into the show.
I know we were talking about because we're gonna be having Zach Gowen on the show, and I think that's I was like,
Oh yeah, you made a
I want
joke.
to have more people on.
Yeah,
the
because
show.
no, here's what you said. You said We Are Wrestling Podcast 300. We're getting Vince on the show, and that's not happening.
Yeah,
Do you know how
300
far
or 400.
episode 300, we haven't even hit 200 yet. It took us 4 or 5 years to hit fucking 200.
Pretty long time, man. Pretty long time. I don't think Vince will ever be on this show.
I didn't make a joke. I didn't think people were gonna take me episode 300. That'd be fucking 5-6 years from now. I didn't think people would take me serious.
Well, if you actually do the math logically, it would be 2 years.
Bro, we started.
52 weeks in a year.
We started the show in 2021, and we're already on 193.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we did take breaks in between at times too, unfortunately.
Who's to say we're not going to take a break from fucking 200 or from now until fucking episode 300?
Taking a break. All gas, no breaks. That's what Jacob Fatu says. All right.
Yeah,
Dan.
Vince is not coming on the show, man. But
we got it.
Hello.
It's your turn for your first 10 entries.
Send $5 and you'll be in the fucking bingo cage.
Yeah, so you do got to send $5, Brian, if you want to be a part of the giveaway.
You can get an action figure.
You can win a free action figure. All right, Dan, take it away.
Oh, I can talk now. Awesome.
Yeah, you're just a weird dude in the corner.
In the corner. Well, right now I'm in the corner, yeah. So my top 10, I did Liv Morgan at number 1 again, or I should say as well, because I think what Danny was saying, she can run the gauntlet, and she is favored to win the Royal Rumble. So why not put her at 1? Kind of put her up there, give her that superstar push. She deserves it.
Hold on. So Brian, essentially, there's a bingo cage right behind Donnie, back there. And if you send a $5 super chat, you get entered to potentially win an action figure. You got to join the live stream on Saturday, the Royal Rumble watch along. And if your number gets picked from the bingo cage and the person that is that number wins the Royal Rumble, you get to win an action figure at a Donnie's collection.
Action figure. Yep, I will be giving away. And also, your number will count for the men's and the women's Royal Rumble.
So you have 2 chances, potentially.
To all the audio listeners, I do apologize for how much we are going to be repeating this throughout the live episodes because these are live. That's why we recommend you guys to come over to the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel live every Wednesday.
This is a new concept.
5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You can do $5 today. It'll go.
You have today, and you have Thursday tomorrow, which we'll be doing a live extra. So if it's up to you, man, it's up to you. Or in the beginning of Saturday, but I don't know if it will be available on Saturday. I haven't made this announcement over on my toy page yet.
Yeah. So the sooner you do it, the better your odds are of being able to get into because there's only 30 balls in the bingo cage, so you don't want to really.
There's
really
only 30 balls. All right. Well, Dan Eddy, you can get back to your numbers. Apologize for that.
Oh, gladly. No problem. Oh, you're good. So I kind of played on the storylines that we've been getting with the tag teams. So why not continue that with the first 10 in the Royal Rumble? Because the tag team titles have been hot these last few months, actually. So why not continue that at Saudi Arabia? So Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Io Sky, Roxanne Perez, number 5, who actually is the current holder for the longest duration in the women's Royal Rumble. She said that last year. And so I also have Lyra Valkyria and JC Jane because anywhere from 7 to...
Give me a hell yeah!
Brian with the $5 super chat. We appreciate it, man.
You are entered, bro.
There you go. So JC Jane is one of those NXT, I believe, will be one of the next call-ups. She is currently the NXT Women's Champion, if I'm not mistaken. So it'd be interesting how long she'll last. But I threw her and Lola Bison at 8. And then Chelsea Green at 9 and AJ Lee at 10. So there's storylines within the first 10. And I think they can continue that throughout the Royal Rumble. And, people's tag team partners will come in periodically. People will come in to just destroy and throw everybody else out the ring, some power lifters. So that would be my other 20 choices.
All right. I will say I do really like both of your guys' number 1s to 10. But here's mine, and I just want to put some context out here for the Maniacs. So we had to lock these answers on Tuesday so that we had enough time for the higher-ups that We Are Wrestling to make these graphics. And I put my answers in right at midnight. So some of them surprises, I beat these guys to it. So I just want to put that out there. All right, well, here's my 10 entrants for the Women's Rumble. At number 1, I went with Becky Lynch. Number 2, Lyra Valkyria. The reason I went with Becky and Lyra at 1 and 2 because of their rivalry in 2025. Seems like at the Royal Rumble, some of the best Rumbles, they have rivals or friends start off at 1 and 2. And I feel like for the women, they're going to have Becky, Lyra, and then I think they're going to advertise on Real, probably on commentary. But at number 3, Maxine Dupree. Number 4, Zarya. Number 5, Bailey. Number 6, Alba Fire. Number 7, Natalia. Number 8, Sol Ruka. Number 9, Kairi Sane. And at number 10, Chelsea Green. So if you notice here, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to separate some of the allies and some of the rivalries with different numbers. So I wanted to go like Maxine number 3, but I didn't want to have Natalia at like number 20. I'd rather have her at number 7 because I feel like they are going to have to do something with the two in the Rumble match because they've been feuding on Raw. So that's like kind of like my logic here. Like you have Alba Fire coming out before Chelsea. Chelsea comes out, Alba's already doing some of her dirty work. So that's like kind of like my philosophy and how like I did this.
I must say I do like the Zarya pick. Not so much at the 4th spot, but I do like Zarya being in the Royal Rumble. I wish I did that. Especially after watching NXT last night too.
And I think if they're going to have Sol Ruka, they're definitely going to have her in there because they've been building that like.
Sol Ruka wasn't on NXT last night. She was nowhere to be seen.
That is true. All right. Well, Danny, let's take it away with number 11 to 20.
Yay.
11, man. Long shot in the dark. Zoe Stark. Out with injury. She should be back, relatively soon. Alexa Bliss, Julia, Nia Jax, Bianca Belair, Tiffany Stratton, Jordan Grace, Rhea Ripley, Blake Monroe, and Io Sky.
I do like where you did play some of the big names here. I do like Bianca Belair at number 15 because I could see that happening if it's not the 30 entrant or like 27. I could see 15. I think that was smart.
I heard there was a statistic or whatever. It was like you're either like the number 10 or number 15 or 14. One of those middle numbers has like the most Royal Rumble winners or something like that. I heard a statistic.
I thought it was number 27. That was the lucky number.
I don't know. I don't think it was that.
Wins.
I don't think it was that. Maybe Dan Eddy can look it up, but I want to say it's
like
15 or 14.
Dan Eddy, you can look it up. You can look it up right after you share your 11 through 20.
Yeah, I can do that. Do you want to get mine on the screen? Oh, there. So 11 through 20. I have Asuka. And then to add on to it, Charlotte Flair 12. Kiana James was my sort of like wild card because they are starting to like put her in matches, almost every week now, kind of getting her wrestling instead of just doing the manager role. So maybe, who knows, they'll put like a little wedge in between her and Julia. But then I went Bailey because she's another powerhouse at 14.
Give me a hell yeah!
You got to get.
I don't think $2 is going to help get Vince on the pod, bud.
I mean, at this point, he'll take pretty much anything. I mean, who knows? 15, Julia. 16, Maxine Dupree. Alexa Bliss at 17 because I had Charlotte Flair earlier, so she has to have her partner come up and help her. Tiffany Stratton, I did one of the kind of here and there, like where has she been ones, because I think what Danny was saying, the middle anywhere from like 14 to 19, the big returns kind of show up. So 18, 19, Kairi Sane to come help Asuka. And then 20 is Natalia, because what Donnie was saying, you have to have those sort of like storylines play within each other.
You did the same thing I
in
did.
the Royal Rumble. And you kind of have the babyface doing her thing, you know, kind of have a comeback story, and then having her enemy, as in this case, Natalia, come by to squash her Royal Rumble hopes, maybe eliminate her, who knows. And if we had to choose people who are eliminating who, I believe that would be impossible and would take forever. So I'm just putting them in the same 10 spot area at this point.
I like that. I do like your logic behind it, and you're a stats guy. So if there's anybody that has an advantage here, it's definitely you.
I didn't use any stats to do this. I just went off storylines and predictions, like from what I've heard to maybe what they could do, possibility.
Also,
maybe like all the what if situations, maybe do a projection and like, you know.
Also, Dan Eddy, you might have a new buddy here, Chevy Dude, because he said the number is 27. Just looked it up for y'all. He did your job. Yep. So number 27 has the most wins.
Oh,
I knew it. I knew number 27 was the number.
Appreciate it, bud.
I'm an encyclopedia with this shit. But let's get into my number 11 to number 20. At number 11, I had to go with Roxanne Perez. Number 12, Kendall Gray. 13, Julia. 14, Lola Vice. I think she's going to make her main roster debut at the Rumble because I feel like she's done everything in NXT that she could. 15, Liv Morgan. Number 16, Charlotte Flair, which I did put Charlotte at 16 because her father won 16 world championships. So I thought that would be a funny little Easter egg I wanted to throw in there. At 17, Kiana James. 18, Asuka. 19, Alexa Bliss. 20, Rhea Ripley. And Kendall Gray, I think, is one of them that will be one of those NXT entrants in the Rumble because she's been getting over in NXT. And I think that would be a good way to expose her a little bit to the main roster. All right, Danny. Well, we'll let you take it away with your last 10 entrants in the Rumble. Can't hear you. You're muted, bud. What a good champion we have, guys. So unprofessional.
I know, right?
Left the pod twice and couldn't even get his championship.
Hey, got to check on the kiddos. Number 21, we got
maybe a check on their father.
Number 22, we got Kairi Sane. Number 23, I have Lola Vice. Number 24, we got Soruka. Number 25, we got Zarya. Number 26, we have Kendall Gray. Number 27, we have Natalia. Number 28, we have Maxine Dupree. And number 29, we have Kiana James. And number 30, I have Lyra Valkyria. That's definitely gonna be, you know, I don't know how realistic that is, but something.
Hey, it's always so unpredictable, and that's why it's called the Predictions Championship, because anything can happen. Mm-hmm. Oh man. But I do like where you have I see where your head is with some of these. I feel like you have more of like the bigger names like in the beginning of the Rumble. Which I could see happening because maybe they want to switch it up. So, honestly, different approach, but I do like it. Hey, we got Angelo in the live chat.
What's up, Angelo?
He said, sup, my NXT picks to be in the Rumble are Tatum Paxley, Lola Vice, JC Jane, Sol Ruka, and Blake Monroe.
I have everyone except one of those names.
I don't think I have Tatum. I don't have Tatum Paxley, but who do you have now, Dan Eddy, at number 21 to 30?
Well, I have, spoiler, one of my returns is Paige. I think with Saudi Arabia crowd, the amount of effort they're putting into like having more and more PLEs featured there, you know, they rely on the nostalgia effect a lot more there. There's so much money being poured into that event. So maybe some big names are going to return. So I put 21 Paige, as if you guys don't remember 6 years ago, Edge, who came back after a 9-year hiatus, was number entry 21 in
Ooh.
2020
Ooh.
Royal Rumble, I
Okay.
think. 2020 Royal Rumble.
Yes,
So
it
there's
was
a
2020.
bad guy for you. But Sol Ruka, I did 22. Nia Jax, 23. Blake Monroe showing her having her main roster debut. Lash Legend at 25 because she's got to have her partner Nia Jax. Jordan Grace 26. Miss Parker 27. Jada Parker.
Over.
Nikki Bella at 28 and 29. Raquel Rodriguez and 30. Unfortunately, not my fucking return surprise. Bianca Belair. Still salty about that. But anyways, so what my strategy was, my last 10, I did a lot more powerhouses. And with the beginning, if you guys didn't notice, my first 10, I did a lot more wrestlers that I think are having more storylines put on them. And they're having been featured on TV a lot more than these last 10. Like these last 10 have been on TV consistently, don't get me wrong. But they also make it more unpredictable because usually these are like the clean the house people like Lash Legend, Jordan Grace, Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah, they take out that trash.
Yeah, they're getting a major push, especially Raquel Rodriguez. And since Raquel Rodriguez already has a title shot next week against Stephanie Bakir, putting her in at 29, who knows? Like maybe if she didn't win the Royal Rumble, she could possibly, make people tune in to Monday, see if she does that, or who knows. But I did Paige for number 21, and Jada Parker, I think, was the wild card, I think, in these last 10. But yeah.
I like it. All right, well, I will get into mine. And speaking of number 21, I also have a return. That's right. Somebody said here in the live chat, Eddie, does anyone here have Zoe Stark to return? I do, and she is at number 21. Number 22, Nia Jax. 23, Io Sky. 24, Jordan Grace. 25, Tiffany Stratton returning. 26, Lash Legend. 27, Raquel Rodriguez. 28, Blake Monroe. 29, Bianca Belair, and at number 30, AJ Lee. I think this is where we're going to get the returns. They are just going to go into this guns blazing. And I do see Zoe Stark definitely coming back at the Rumble because she has been away for, I think, more than a year now with the torn ACL.
I
heard
think
she was ready.
She's been out, but she didn't have surgery until 6-7 months ago. And that injury looked brutal, dude.
I read a report
report as well about.
I read a report that
in January.
I read a report that WWE later on this week, so more than likely like tomorrow, they're gonna have like a private plane pick up a bunch of people at like a private airport runway, and that's gonna be a lot of the surprises. A lot of they're trying their hardest to conceal who's gonna be in this thing.
We're gonna find out so much more.
It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that movie Mr. Deeds where the reporters went and be like, they went to this place and there was only 2 people there, but when they left, there was 3.
All right,
there's a lot of people from the U.S. gonna be flying over there for this. I'm like, so I wonder how that trip's gonna be.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
but yeah, man. Those are official entrants for 1 through 30. We might as well now talk about.
Donnie would pop like a fucking pimple.
You wanna read that?
What if Kit Wilson enters the women's rumble because the men's rumble is too toxic? That'd be funny. They need to do something with Kit for the rumble.
Honestly, I would probably fucking pop for that. I love Kit Wilson and what he's doing. By the way, great interview on Chris Van Vliet's pod too, to put that out there. But I do think we're going to get into our winners, Eddie. Don't worry. But let's talk about 1 through 30 and some of the things that we think could happen throughout this match. So what do you guys think? Besides getting into spoilers about your winners.
I think I think I'm going to do pretty good. I do think Liv Morgan is going to enter number 1 because she's entered number 1 and pretty much lasted the entire thing before. So like it's not like it's never happened before. It's not like an unrealistic expectation. And like they have been treating Liv Morgan of more of like, especially since she came back. Like, I mean, if you would have told me, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, that Liv Morgan would be like one of the biggest faces of the company, I would probably laugh in your face. But like they're really like treating her like a big deal.
You see, I don't think she's gonna come into the Rumble early this year because she's been early throughout her Rumble runs. So I think for once they're gonna want to switch it up a little bit and have her either in the middle or towards the end.
Yeah, but you got to think if my first 3 right here are correct, maybe not the Becky
Yeah,
Lynch,
Bradley,
they
he
set
did
somebody
he
else.
did that before.
But like if you have Liv Morgan come in and then number 2 be somebody else, and then number 3 have somebody like Roxanne Perez, you could have Roxanne Perez sort of like take a lot of the bullets for her and try and keep people away from Liv Morgan and until it finally comes down to the final 4 or whatever it is. Like it's not impossible.
I don't think it's impossible either. I was on kind of like the fence. I ended up doing her one as well. But looking back through the years, 2018, number 11, 2019, she was number 4, 2020, she was number 7, 2024, she was number 30, in 2025, she was number 2. So she's never been the number 1 spot.
Oh, damn. Fuck.
So,
but I don't know. I feel like they're going to start off with Becky at number 1. I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to with her.
Becky number 2.
You know what? As I'm thinking about it right now, you know what I also could see happening? And I wish I went with this approach. Becky at number 1, Julia at number 2, having both the mid-card champions start off the Rumble. Has that ever happened before? I don't think so.
No, but I mean,
that wouldn't get people excited for the Royal Rumble start.
But that's why I think it's going to be Valkyria at 2 because they're going to go back into their rivalry.
They have not done nothing to like, get people excited to see fucking Julia. Like she gets little to no pop whenever she comes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did.
Like I'm actually surprised that they're going after the tag titles. I'm surprised they won on Friday. And it wasn't even Julia that got the pin. It was Kiana James. So obviously it must be not in Kiana and maybe not in Julia, which is kind of weird.
I'm not saying with my list like I'm gonna get a lot of them right or something like that, but I feel like
it's so unpredictable.
It is. I feel like what I was going off of, like, with they're continuing the feuds within all the tag teams. I don't think any of the tag team members are going to win the Royal Rumble. I don't think that because they want to keep the tag teams intact and whatever you call it, intact. Wow. Throughout the road to Royal Rumble. Hard's a word today, okay? Leave me alone.
Yeah, leave him alone, right? Yeah. If he was champion, at least he would show his title.
Yeah, eat shit. I would say any of the tag team members are going to stay tag teams at least until maybe WrestleMania, because on the road to WrestleMania, just like the Royal Rumble, anything could happen. Because just like fucking last week, Monday Night Raw, Finn Balor showed a babyface turn, and then
don't even get me started with Finn Balor. Oh, I am.
So I'm just saying, they could just combine it or condense it into one episode of Monday Night Raw where they would just put us on a roller coaster, not let alone an entire 3-month span leading up to WrestleMania. But with my list, what I was going to say is they have these storylines probably with you can pick the first 10 and just go with the first 10 and be 2 and 10 have a storyline together. 1 and 8 have a storyline together. 3 and 9 have a storyline together. They have feuds that can continue throughout the Royal Rumble. And then as these people flood in, they can either get eliminated or join the storyline in the future and have a stare down. A few years ago when Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill first entered the Royal Rumble and they ended up being tag team partners eventually. So, who knows? They could something like that.
Anything could happen, man, in the Royal Rumble. And I do think that we're definitely going to be seeing a bunch of returns in the women's division that's needed. I definitely think that's what we should get into, honestly, is our returns.
Yep.
I also like the fact that Who really wants the world out of everybody? Who really wants to take down Stephanie McCare and win the World Heavyweight Championship?
I do.
Not in that way. Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh, it was rhetorical. My bad.
I can see Raquel.
Raquel Rodriguez.
That's a wild card.
So
Right,
I have Liv Morgan number 1, Becky Lynch number 2, Roxanne Perez number 3, Bailey number 4, number 5. I have Raquel. I feel like, and that can be all storyline driven because we've already seen the cracks within the Judgment Day. They're starting to form. You know, we saw that backstage segment with Liv and Finn on Monday. You know what I mean?
I tried to spread them out throughout my list. I think they're lasting longer than 5 minutes each.
But
they'll be in there a long time.
But could you imagine if Liv and Raquel end up becoming the final 2 and Liv, acts like she's all buddy with Raquel, but she eliminates her? I mean, that's going to send Raquel.
Her and Roxanne are going for the tag titles, and after that performance, the Saturday Night main event, you better keep those two together for a very long time. All right. Well, that being said, let's get into our surprise entrance now that we have locked in. So here's the thing, for some context, real quick, with the lock-ins, of course, you're going to see like some of our lock-ins are on our actual Royal Rumble list, but we all have our own lock-ins that we couldn't take from anybody else. So whoever got them in first, which I did at freaking midnight, right when I was able to get mine locked in. So
I was so pissed.
That's kind of how we're doing it, so that we don't want to copy each other. So, Danny,
second PLE in a row, by the way, second PLE in a row that you got their choice in before me because it's the same person. Just wanted to point that out.
All right, Danny, here you go. Take it away with your surprises.
For men's,
nope. For women's,
Mickie James and Trish Stratus.
So can I ask you a question?
Very, very likely.
Yeah, she's.
Where the hell were these two on your Royal Rumble women's list?
I don't know, man.
I was so confused when you sent me these two, and they weren't even on your list.
That's why I messaged you, Donnie, and say if we have to have them in the Royal Rumble because we did with.
I didn't think we did.
You didn't have
Survivor Series. They just show up and they're considered a surprise return.
Hey.
If I just picked Nick. I just picked Nick.
Rumble, he gets the point.
I picked Trish Stratus because she's been in a lot of the more recent Royal Rumbles as like a little guest spot. She's also done other stuff, whatever. And Mickie James, she's married to Nick Aldis, so I just put 2 and 2 together.
That's actually a good pick. Yeah,
she might want to travel over there with her,
So it's gonna be the Rumble. This is our Rumble lock-in. All right, Dan Eddy. Take it away with your 2 surprises for the women.
For the women, I did Paige and Nikki Bella. I think Nikki Bella has gotten has been taking a little of a hiatus. Like I was mentioning before, Saudi Arabia likes to go with that nostalgia factor along with Paige, and I've explained why Paige before. Nikki Bella has been, in WWE for years, and they could maybe continue the storyline with AJ Lee at some point, or perhaps her sister Brie Bella can show up. I didn't put her down, but I was actually considering that. But with Paige, I think that would have been cool. There's so many rumors. I've read so many articles about the odds on favorite of showing up. And I went with surprises that maybe not be in the Royal Rumble, but a surprise return of some point, like some way, shape, or fashion that they show up at the Royal Rumble. I think these two may have a good chance.
I do like the Paige lock-in, though. I do like that one because I don't think people are talking about it, and she has been training with Natalya behind the scenes. I know there's some reports about that. So she could possibly have a one-off Rumble.
By the way, my original 2, Donnie, was Paige and one of your predictions. So just wanted to throw that out there.
All right. Well, here's the ones that I locked in. And I needed to lock these in because I want my freaking title back. That's why I was on it immediately at midnight on Tuesday.
Yeah, I know. You got to play to win. I know.
So here it is, by 2. Bianca Belair and Tiffany Stratton. Give me my 7 points. Let's go. Let's go. Bianca Belair. Oh, she's definitely coming back because come on now, like a hand injury. Are you kidding me? No, it's already been it's almost been close to a year. She's been out with a little finger injury. She's coming back. Tiffany Stratton, we need her back in that SmackDown division.
Alec Johnson in my live chat was last night for NXT was like, what if Bianca Belair does not return at the Rumble because Montez Ford's not going to be there, and what if he doesn't want to miss her in-ring return? I'm like, I don't know if that's how it works, bro.
Nah, Bianca Belair's going back to where she belongs, and that's the main event scene, while Montez is going down back to NXT with this tag partner because they don't know how to book the tag division.
They don't.
But yeah, I have Bianca and Tiffany locked in. But now let's get our winners. We'll start off with you, Danny. Who do you got?
Bob, for my women. Oh God, who do I have? Oh yeah, Liv Morgan.
You've been talking about this entire time.
Liv Morgan, man. My fucking brain is jumbled. I have Liv Morgan, man. She's gonna win the gauntlet, and I feel like we're gonna get Stephanie defending against Liv, and then we're gonna end up getting a feud between Liv and Raquel, taking Liv out of the Judgment Day. Because I do believe, it's only a matter of time before Dom leaves, Finn leaves, Judgment Day is like on the hills of fucking breaking up completely. So
they are. But I don't know. If there's anybody I would pick in the Judgment Day to win, it would be Raquel.
Listen,
But they already have her going for the title.
I would much rather have Liv versus Stephanie than Raquel versus Stephanie because I still don't think Raquel's that good of a performer. But that's just
what?
Dude.
Yo, no.
Donnie, take her up. Take him off for that. That's bullshit.
I can't. I'll get fined by the We Are Wrestling execs if I do that.
That's true.
She's not horrible. She's not fucking Jade Cargill level bad, but she's not. I mean, she's not that.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Hey, at least I don't have to see Jade Cargill in the Rumble this year. Thank God for that.
Hey,
I had to get that in there. Who do you got there?
I mean, it's true story. I have Tiffany Stratton, and one, I have her as return. Yeah, exactly. And 2, a lot of people have Liv Morgan. A lot of people have, Bianca Belair. A lot of people have, fucking Raquel Rodriguez or, somebody else winning the Royal Rumble. I think with Tiffany Stratton winning back, winning the Royal Rumble, I should say, she has the choice of either going after Jade and getting her title back, or she can pull a swerve and zig while everybody's zagging and go after Stephanie Vakir and continue going after the other title, because I believe, how does Stephanie Vakir win the title again?
Stephanie
she won because Naomi had to forfeit, so she won. I think she beat Io Sky at WrestlePalooza.
Yeah, that's right. So
I think our early highlight from WrestlePalooza.
Honestly, both titles are borrowed, so she can go after any really one.
Stratton had the worst fucking title reign, I feel like.
And a lot of people want to blame her. That's Road Dogg's fault.
That's booking.
Yeah, I haven't heard
Bad
one
booking.
person.
And
bad booking because she puts on good matches.
And to have a counter argument, they did bad booking for Julia's title reign too, and they put the title back on her.
And what brand she on?
SmackDown.
Jade Cargill's had the WWE Women's title for fucking 80 days or something like that, and she hasn't had one title defense yet.
Well, if you want to hear me and Phil rant about WWE Unreal Season 2, we have a whole extra that is up on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. All right, getting into my Royal Rumble winner, I had to go with Bianca Belair to EST. It's obvious she's coming back. And who has she been in a little bit of a storyline with? Naomi and Jade Cargill. And who's holding the championship on the SmackDown brand? Jade Cargill. And that's what we're going to get at WrestleMania. Bianca versus Jade for the championship. This is the dream match that all the Jade Cargill fans wanted. And it's going to happen. And unfortunately, Bianca Belair is going to hopefully get paid double for carrying her throughout a WrestleMania match. But she has the unfortunate pleasure to work with Jade Cargill on the biggest stage of them all.
I mean, don't forget we also have Elimination Chamber, so she has two. If she doesn't win the Rumble, she has 2 shots to win to get at Jade Cargill technically.
Yeah, and also I think with this matchup, with them going with Bianca and Jade
Yes, I have
Cargill,
long hair.
that's such a WrestleMania matchup. But they really need her to win the Royal Rumble in order to make that to happen because they've been having storylines together before. They can have to just hype up, do a couple of promos, and have it happen, any time, really.
But I think Bianca's coming back to claim what's hers, and that's the championship. But before we get into our next match here, let's read some of the live chat here because I do see some of you guys going crazy here. We have Omar. He wants Layla as a surprise. I like that. Layla's somebody that I wish like WWE would give her more recognition as a legend. Let's see. Liv Morgan is winning. She has been second to last too many times. It's her time, even though I ain't the biggest fan. Well, I think Alex Johnson is going to be a big fan of you for that prediction. Alex Johnson, Liv is winning because I just don't see the WWE doing what they did for the Women's Rumble last year when they had an injured women's wrestler to return to win the Women's Rumble back-to-back years. So I do want to give you my explanation here why I think it's going to be a return. And also my winner for the men's is a return, and I'm not going to get into that either until we get to that match. I think it's going to be Bianca because this isn't just a regular Royal Rumble. This is in Saudi. And I do think that they are going to give this win to 2 very established stars that are coming back because they want that surprise factor. Because some of the booking decisions are made because of the Prince of Saudi as well. And we have seen like weird booking throughout the years during this time. And I just think Bianca, it just makes the most sense because what has Jade Cargill really done? She hasn't had that big feud yet. And honestly, this is the best way to catapult her into the road to WrestleMania with somebody who she won the tag team championships with, somebody who she's been aligned with since coming up to the main roster, since signing with WWE. So I think it makes the most sense to put some relevancy on that SmackDown Women's Championship by having Bianca win.
I think that
Tori Wilson, I like that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Donnie. That does sound amazing. I'm just saying, like, they can do something with that storyline without her winning the Royal Rumble because there's months until WrestleMania.
That is true.
I have something in my head, but I forgot it.
All right. Well, just to recap here for anybody that just joined us, we're gonna show you just a quick recap here for our lock-in. So here it is for the people that are a part of the live experience for the We Are Wrestling podcast. Danny, Dan Eddy, and myself, we locked in our number 1 through 30. If you're not following We Are Wrestling over on Facebook, Instagram, X, go follow us on there because these graphics will be up on the We Are Wrestling social medias. Danny Surprises, Mickey James, Trish Stratus, Dan Eddy's, Nikki Bella, Paige, myself, Bianca Belair, and Tiffany Stratton. And then for our winners, we have Danny has Liv Morgan, Dan Eddy has Tiffany Stratton, and then myself, I have the EST, Bianca Belair. All right. Any other predictions you have for this Women's Rumble match before we move on to our next match?
No, it's gonna be good, man. They always start out with the women's Royal Rumble match. So it's not gonna take long for us to figure out, who was right and who was wrong.
Yep, we'll have to wait and see. But Angelo here, you're saying Jade versus Jordan isn't a big feud.
No.
It's not a big feud because Jordan Grace, they didn't introduce her to us on the main roster. And I'm looking at it from a casual perspective. And I love Jordan Grace. Love her.
It's fucking Vince Russo. Jordan Grace, bro, like they haven't really treated her like a big deal since she's made the jump from TNA to NXT, in a full-time basis or whatever. Like her theme music is the most like you would listen to that theme music and be like, that's like one of those theme musics that you hear in like one of the old WWE games when you're creating your own superstar. One of those fucking weird ass generic fucking things. Like They just haven't treated Jade Cargill like a big deal.
Now, I think like her aura and everything is
Jordan
there.
Grace.
I mean, I love Jordan Grace. I think, and this be maybe a hot take or what, but I feel like she should have stayed at NXT and have Zarya be pushed up to mid roster before her.
With Jordan Grace, all they needed to do is give us like 3 weeks worth of vignettes, introduce her to us. That's my only problem here, because I think Jordan Grace is more than ready for the main roster. But I think having her immediately go after Jade Cargill for the championship, you're setting her up for failure. And I think we've already talked about this a few weeks ago. But, Eddie here, his final 4, Zoe Stark, Liv Morgan, Kendall Gray, and Bianca Belair. That's not a bad final 4.
Not bad,
So,
except for
yeah.
the Zoe Stark part.
Angela was like, "What are your thoughts on them all wearing clothes? That's gonna suck." I think I told this to Donnie in the group chat. I said it to somebody. I might have said it last time I streamed. I was scrolling on Twitter and somebody said the same thing, and they were like, "It's gonna be like all the women are fucking coming out like dressed like Power Rangers."
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna have a Power Ranger Royal Rumble. Fuck yeah, man. Hey, I'm happy. Like, here's the thing. Like, I know it's gonna suck for a lot of us wrestling fans because, like, we do like the women wrestlers, of course. But, like, putting that to the side, I still think it is pretty amazing that these women are able to perform in Saudi. Like, I'm trying to look at the positives here, because if this was 2018 when we had this relationship with WWE and Saudi, they weren't able to wrestle at first on these shows. But now the fact that they're able to have their own women's Royal Rumble match on there, and they are starting to like change some of the way things are over there, it's a step in the right direction. And I'm kind of looking at it from that positive perspective. Is there still a lot of things that they need to change over there? Absolutely. This is not the podcast for us to talk about that, because we're here to talk about pro wrestling. But I do think that this is a huge step for the women to be able to perform in Saudi. And I'm going to look at it from that perspective rather than them looking like Power Rangers.
Before we continue on here, should
anything's better than nothing.
For those of you that have just started tuning in now, do you want to reiterate the whole ping pong ball?
Absolutely, I will, because right now, just like the Royal Rumble, we have 30 entrants that are here live with us on a Wednesday night. So we appreciate that. What were you saying, Dan?
Oh, well, I'm sure there's people that are here now that weren't here in the beginning. Do you want to?
I'll recap it real quick. So you can see,
super chats.
So you guys can see here behind me. Oh, there it is right there. We have the bingo cage. Since WWE doesn't want to bring it back, we're going to bring it back here on We Are Wrestling like we do every Royal Rumble. So the way that we're doing this year, because we love giving back to the We Are Wrestling Maniacs, if you send in a $5 super chat in today's episode of the We Are Wrestling Podcast live, or tomorrow's live We Are Wrestling Podcast Extra, you'll get a chance to enter our Royal Rumble giveaway. So a $5 super chat, you'll get one random ping pong ball with a number. If your number is either in the men's or the women's Royal Rumble match and they win, you receive a brand new WWE action figure for free. So pretty much, if you send in the $5 super chat, Saturday when I draw that bingo cage full of ping pong balls, if you get the number one in either the men or the women's Royal Rumble enters and they win it, you win yourself a free figure. So that's how we're doing it. We're going to draw the numbers in the beginning of the live watch along for the Royal Rumble, which will be taking place this Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys want to get your entries in, I would do it now, because I have not made this announcement on my toy page, Best One Donnie. And once I make that announcement that there's a free, a $5 WWE action figure up for grabs, people are going to be taking these ping pong balls. So I'm letting the We Are Wrestling Maniacs know firsthand, because this has been a We Are Wrestling tradition since we've been doing live watch-alongs in person. So if you guys want to get your ping pong ball, all you got to do, $5 super chat. We already have some Maniacs earlier in the stream that have gotten their bingo balls. Oh, yeah. I cannot wait for this. Cannot wait.
Yep.
And remind you, there's only 30 ping pong balls, and we're almost halfway through them as well.
And just like Matt
Sweet.
Cardona says, man, Kit Wilson is a peg warmer. Don't be one. Send in the super chat and get your action figure today.
Oh my God. I love the whole interaction with him and Kit. It's hilarious. You should have seen the text message that he sent him like during the Major Wrestling Figure podcast, like live show at the Tin Roof in Orlando. He sent him like this long fucking paragraph that he had to read. It was hilarious. But let's get back on track. Oh, what's up?
Oh, I was gonna say with oh wait, this is about the men's Royal Rumble. I can say that for later. I just had a crazy stat about the men's. Don't worry about it.
Okay, real quick, Eddie. So if I draw number 7 and both win, does that mean I get 2 free figures? Yeah. If your number draws and WWE decides, let's have number 7, the number you drew, if you get that out of the ping pong ball and that number wins both Rumble matches, yes, you get 2 free figures. That number counts for both the men and the women's Rumble. All right. Well, with that being said, let's get into our next match for WWE Royal Rumble 2026 for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Drew McIntyre will be defending his championship against Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I picked obviously I picked Drew McIntyre to retain the title. I don't see why he would lose the title. You know, he just won it. You know, I've heard a report that he's going to be walking into media this year with the title, so you know, it just makes the most sense for him to win.
I just can't see with them putting him through the rings for what 5 years and having him have 2 short title reigns when the many title shots that they've given him. I think the Sami Zayn part is just to draw the Saudi Arabia crowd. And granted, I mean, it was a smart move because it will push ticket prices.
He's over.
Like, he's over in the U.S. and Saudi Arabia. But what I was going to say is, like, they can't take the title off Drew. Like, there's so much heat on him right now with or without the title. And when they have the title on him, the options are numerous. Like, there's the option of him, yes, losing the title and them giving it to Sami Zayn. And then Drew McIntyre maybe starting his feud again with like CM Punk to have him go after the other title or whatnot. Like, there's so many interchangeable storylines that can go on with these 2 championships between now and the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. Granted, but to take the title off Drew McIntyre now after having him have it for 20 days, not even.
Yeah, no, I agree. And honestly, I am going Drew McIntyre on this one because there's no way that they went through all of this, had him beat Cody Rhodes, who's holding the championship since SummerSlam.
And like I was saying, with multiple title shots,
see it happening.
He's fought Cody Rhodes 2 other times before getting it for the 3rd time, and it wasn't even like his fault. It was Jacob Fatu's fault, which all in all even further explains what they're going to do with the title for WrestleMania, like having it a triple threat, maybe possible 4-way with Sami Zayn in there. I don't know, but he's only literally I call it. Oh, he's only had it for 20 days as of today.
Yeah, so there's no way they're going to have him have a short run. Like, I do agree with what you guys were saying on that. So I got to go Drew McIntyre retaining the belt. But I do think that this is going to be a very fun match. I just hate, like, the booking of Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre so much because before McIntyre won, it was just, he was like, whenever they had the perfect opportunity to give him the belt, they always just blew it. They always messed up.
So I have Sami Zayn losing, but a little teaser is I have Sami Zayn losing that match, but then joining the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. So I could see Sami Zayn doing that because sometimes they do that. But Chevy here in the live chat, I'm going to disagree. I think Sami is going to win. That way, it opens the door for the story of who took out Fatu. I think we find out that during the Rumble match. And I think Randy gets revealed or something like that.
Yeah, it's either Randy or Cody.
And then Angelo here, if it was in Montreal, I would think differently. So I don't think Sammy's winning, but he will win the world title this year.
And I think that's exactly why he won the opportunity to face Drew, is because it was in Montreal.
Yeah,
because they saw
exactly
they like how often do these city locations come in line, where it was like Montreal, which is his home, and then Saudi Arabia, which is like his home away from home. You know,
the last time he had a big match in Montreal, I feel like, was when he faced Roman Reigns for the undisputed title.
Yeah, so I can see Chevy's point of like opening up the storyline to possibly these new feuds, and then figure out who took out Fatu. I think they can do that without Drew losing the title as well, because they've done this multiple times, where some guy can do a promo and then find hidden footage in the backstage area. You're like, oh,
I'm surprised we haven't got that yet.
This is what happened. Oh, this guy attacked Drew. There's like this camera angle and this camera angle. Oh, there's the long hair. Like, I don't think they need to have a championship match in order to do that exactly.
Oh, no, Angelo, that's one of my pet peeves too. I hate when somebody's like in like a title match and then they're in the Rumble, because that just takes a spot away. Same with like the tag titles. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate tag teams.
Done it multiple times before.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
It's a common WWE trope that they.
But it is a common thing they do. Like, you do make a good point there. All right. Well, with that being said, it's time to take a break from the Royal Rumble predictions, and it's time to get into the Getting Put Over segment. Every week, we do this thing called the Getting Put Over segment, where we pick one past, present, or future professional wrestler, and we put them over. This is our way of paying respect to those who have sacrificed their bodies for our entertainment. Somebody is getting put over. Oh, it's time for another Getting Put Over, and it's one of our big four PLEs. We're doing our WWE Royal Rumble 2026 predictions, and we're taking a break from it to put over the Royal Rumble 1998. For the past month, we've been letting you, We Are Wrestling Maniacs, know that it's my pick, and I decided to go with Royal Rumble 1998. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a nostalgia thing. I love that Royal Rumble. So for this past month, myself, Danny, and Dan, we've rewatched the Royal Rumble, and we've told you guys to hopefully rewatch it, because we're going to talk about all the matches. We're going to talk about the entire show itself, and then, of course, give it a 10 out of 10 rating. So here we go with the Getting Put Over. All right. So, of course, that is not Royal Rumble 1998. There it is. Stone Cold's head with our cover of the Royal Rumble, with a bunch of nails on Stone Cold's bald head, with the Royal Rumble papered logo that they used from 98 to 99. But let's get into the first match on the card. And our first match is Goldust versus Vader.
It was a good opening match. I didn't realize how good Vader was, because like I didn't really grow up in the era of Vader. He was like around when early I started 90s. Watching. He sort of distancing himself away from WWE. I enjoyed it. I mean, I've never been a huge fan of Goldust. I like his more comedy shtick when he was like with like Booker T and stuff like that, and he had the fucking
you don't like the artist formerly known as Goldust with like his
not really, and like when he came out wearing that thong, bro, I was like, what are we getting in here, man? Like Vince McMahon has some weird ass ideas.
He was wearing chokers.
I did.
He bought his wardrobe at a sex store. I'm convinced.
I did enjoy seeing Luna Vachon. That was she's always creeped me the fuck out.
Oh my god, Luna!
She had those veins like drawn on her fucking head or whatever. It looked like she was like some kind of like creature.
Oh, she scared me.
The match was good. Vader should have won, but
Vader did win.
Oh yeah, he did. I forgot about that. It was good. Bro, I was convinced that Luna was like almost broke her neck when he went for that splash, whatever, and she like fucking like contorted in like a weird ass way, like she went like head first into the mat. I was like, oh shit. And like those rings are a lot harder than what they wrestle on
They
today.
were
So.
like you
Yeah, you can
like,
tell just by the way. Yeah, the sound.
Oh, for sure.
So I think that match was pretty okay. So to preface this entire Royal Rumble, Donnie, two things came across my mind. One, what the fuck is he having us watch? And two, where has this Royal Rumble been my entire life? Because I don't remember watching it at all. I don't know what I was doing in 1998. Like for some reason, my nostalgic memory is like eliminating like years, and then this year, and then a year over here, year over there. It's like, what the fuck was this?
I don't know
when
what
I
it
saw
is.
the match card, and I'm like, okay, it's Donnie's favorite Royal Rumble. I'll give it a shot. And then I saw the match card. I mean, you guys will see later on what the matches were. Like, my God.
The matches, I will say, looking back now, were like very like if you were to like put like bets on a horse racing, you would not put bets like on this match card.
So okay, so
there's one match on here that I guarantee you, Tony. If it was today, Tony Khan would make as the main event on fucking Dynamite.
I know where you're going with
that. Kind of bring you guys behind the curtain is I didn't watch the entire PLE in its entirety. I don't have Netflix, so I was finding the matches on either YouTube or Dailymotion, and so I watched the Royal Rumble first because that's what popped up. And even during the Royal Rumble men's, I was like, "What the fuck is he having us watch?" Because there's a lot of wrestlers that I didn't even recognize, and then I was like, "Wait, that's this guy, and that's that guy. Why is he like this? Like, it's just like what the Goldust, like the artist formerly known as Goldust." I don't remember him being called that to begin with. And when I saw him in the Royal Rumble, and I'm like, oh shit, okay.
I am such an old school like.
It opened my mind a lot more, but at the same time, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Because this was like the transition from New Gen to Attitude Era. This is like the beginning of the Attitude Era. So a lot of people don't vividly remember this.
To give you guys context, I was 7 years old. Yeah, I was watching.
I was, I believe, at this point, I was 2 months old.
Asshole.
But my mom, she always took me to Blockbuster and Hollywood Home Videos, and like that's like how I fell in love with Royal Rumble 1998. It was one of those that I rented. Yeah. I got into pro wrestling at a very, very young age, but I thought the match was pretty good for what it was. I think that they did a good job, like showing like the antics of like the artist formerly known as Goldust. So I did kind of like that. They were showing like him dressed up as like the New Year's baby, as Sable. And it was just, I thought, a fun match. Sable. It was fun. And then the finish I thought was great. And that's just the missing art. And you could just tell this had Pat Patterson written all over it. Because Pat Patterson was probably one of the best producers that came up with the finishes during this era of pro wrestling. And having Luna like on Vader's back and then him hitting the finisher like that, I thought it was a great way to start off the Rumble.
Look at Jack Donnie. He's like, this is gonna be a rough night. It's gonna be a rough ride.
A rough ride. All right. Well, now getting into the backstage segment, we had Stone Cold arriving in the arena and pretty much threw his keys at Michael Cole to tell him to go park his car, thinking he's a valet. And then you had the Godwins pretty much looking for Steve Austin because the storyline throughout this Royal Rumble was Stone Cold had a bounty on his head. Vince McMahon did not want him winning the Royal Rumble, so all these guys were trying to get that prize money by taking out Austin before the Rumble match, which I think they did a great job having these like segments.
That's what I'm talking about. Like back then, like they made an entire show like into like one giant story or whatever. You don't see that nowadays.
It's hilarious how Michael Cole went from valet parking to the voice of WWE.
Go. Literally.
Him and his coal miners.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, what do you guys want to read the next match? And I think this is the match we were talking about. Tony Khan wanted to make a main event every Wednesday on Dynamite.
It's all you, Danny.
Oh, jeez, man.
I can't pronounce the name, so I'm not.
I
taking a
can't.
swing at this.
You think I'm gonna be able to pronounce
Better than me?
Miniature
look it
luchas. Miniature.
I'm
luchas.
the one learning Spanish here. I'll be able to read them.
Miniature luchas, man. This is like the
Dan Eddy's gonna look it up real quick for you guys.
I gotta bring up the. name.
So while he looks it up here, throughout the night we also had Mike Tyson up in the what the hell did they call those? I'm having a brain fart. Skybox. He was in the Skybox with Cade and
Sweet.
Vince.
The sweet box,
the Sweet. So we did have that throughout the night because this is when Mike Tyson got suspended from boxing. So he was.
And then at the end of the show, he's like, I like Cold Stone, Steve Austin.
What's up, Matthew?
Hey, what's up, Matt?
Are we talking about the six-man tag team match? So with special referee Sonny, we got Max Mini, we got Mosaic, we got Nova versus Battalion El Torito y Tarantula.
Yeah, so this was okay. Just for some context here, for the people that are listening, this was WWF's way of trying to match the cruiserweights on the WCW program, and they were nowhere near as good as the WCW cruiserweights. One of the good things WCW had going for them.
Bro, could you imagine if this match happened? If this match was on a PLE today, could you imagine if Twitter was around back then?
Oh my God. So, Danny, just for you, I actually do have some of the lines that Jerry the King Lawler said throughout this match because that's what entertained me throughout this entire match here.
The minute I saw Sonny, I was like, hey, that's the chick that's doing 17 years in prison for murder.
Oh, shit. This is around the time where like she's already went through the whole fucking locker room. So that's why the only people that wanted to work with her were people that weren't even signed to WWE at the time. And that was like CMLL.
My thought process was just like, oh, that was random. Oh my God, I remember that. All this.
Oh shit.
Okay, so literally, when you look at this match and look at the way it was structured and like all the high flying shit that was happening.
Hey, there you go, Danny. There's your Power Rangers.
I could have 100% seen Tony Khan booking this on a fucking episode of Dynamite. The main event.
Grand Slam. It would happen at Grand Slam. I loved it just because of Jerry the King Lawler. So here's some of the things that he said. Ready? All right. So
you gotta do it in the voice.
Jerry, I can't do his voice, unfortunately, but Jerry the King Lawler.
I can't do it.
Puppies! But pretty much said he called these luchadors hamsters. He called them little. He said Sonny likes her guys short. Max Mini can get her pregnant so that he can look up to someone.
Dude, Jerry the King Lawler was on a whole nother level back then.
They were ruthless on commentary.
Like he's a freaking pervert. Like when it comes, but sometimes he can just come out as just straight, like as just this pervert. You know, like why is he even here? But then there are times where he's just like on point and he just delivers the most miraculous lines.
I don't care what anybody
says. Him and Jim Ross, best fucking duo of all time on commentary.
Oh, yeah.
You had Jim Ross, who was calling it play-by-play, but then you had Jerry the King Lawler with the entertainment. And honestly, this match, like, the Luchadors did a really good job, like, all jokes aside. But Jerry the King Lawler, like, his entertainment throughout commentary is what made this so enjoyable. And I think that is a missing art in modern
I didn't expect this. Like, I didn't know this match was on the card. Like, I didn't know it happened. Because I didn't want to look up the card because, like, you go on Wikipedia and it fucking gives you, like, who wins and shit like that. And I've never seen the show before. I might have saw, like, the bits and
I had to look it up because I couldn't watch it in its entirety.
But, like, I didn't, like, all I see is fucking, like, I see fucking, you know, Vader and fucking the Goldust having a great match. And then
the artist formerly known.
and then I fucking see a bunch of fucking midgets and lucha masks. I'm like, what the
Like, what the fuck, Donnie?
What is happening?
Hey,
I think I
this is
said that
entertaining.
throughout the stuff that I was watching. I might have said, "What the fuck, Donnie?" Maybe 6 or 7 times. Oh fuck,
They
7 or
should-
8 times.
Bro,
Now 9 times.
the only thing that would have made this better is the midgets all going backstage and they're them
Hey.
looking, like have a segment of them.
They're
looking for Stone Cold
luchadors,
Steve
not
Austin.
midgets. They're luchadors.
Well, the thing that would have made this whole thing better is if there's a backstage scene where they're looking for Steve Austin too.
Imagine they're the ones that got the bond.
And then, bro, we got a back.
Oh.
We got like a thing about Steve Austin, like a fan or whatever won his truck. I looked
Yeah,
up
dude,
who
that was cool.
I
That
looked
was
up
cool.
who that fan was, and
Did
I
you?
see her obituary.
Byron, that's not a bad idea for WrestleMania PLE put over.
Mildred
wait.
Bowers, bro.
WrestleMania 17. That'd be a good choice.
WrestleMania 17 is the best WrestleMania on the planet.
I do know it's either Dan Eddy or Danny Huckins' turn for Mania because I know Ben did Survivor Series. I did Rumble, so Mania is one of you two. You can figure that out.
We're putting over.
So
over
it's your turn,
WrestleMania-
okay?
Wres-
Mania,
WrestleMania 17.
okay. Which means the next PLE SummerSlam will be Dan Eddy's pick. Then.
That I
I
think
thought it was,
I
I
don't.
thought it
I
was
don't-
Elimination Chamber.
Nah, for we only do the big four with this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, so Sunny was the guest referee. They had to give her 15 minutes on screen. And then we had Nation of Domination. And this was a funny segment because Mark Henry just joined the Nation this past Monday on Raw. And for his initiation, he had to go into the locker room first to try to find Stone Cold. And then there you go. You got a foam finger, giving him the finger. So funny. But then we get into our next match here. Ken Shamrock
Fantastic
versus
match.
The Rock for the Intercontinental Championship. Let's talk about it.
This is back when The Rock was a fucking mid card guy.
This is when he was in Dirty Dom's position, I noticed. Because
This was before he even had the "Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?"
He
Yep.
was with
The
he was
intro.
with the Nation of
If the
Domination. and
smell. Yeah, he didn't have that in his theme entrance. I was like, "What the fuck is this guy?"
This is
Yeah.
when he transitioned from Rocky Maivita to The Rock.
Yeah, he did.
Bro, like, this-
I added that. So I still have my notes put up down here, have up when I sent you earlier. I added that he changed himself, or he established himself as The Rock in August, like the previous August. So it was only like a few months that
Yeah.
this was
Yep.
during some sort of promo.
This was in January '98.
Yeah. So only, and he still had like the kind of like the babyface colors on his trunks too. Like he like fucking
A little bit.
kid font, you know?
He was a heel.
What about-
he was a heel in this though.
One of my all-time favorite Rock years is right here, Rumble 98. Rumble 98, Nation of Domination. This match, probably one of my favorite, like, 1998 matches of all time. Ken Shamrock, probably, this is where I became a huge Ken Shamrock fan, was from this match against The Rock, 98.
I did put
And-
this as my favorite match.
Man, and this is one of my takes, and one of the reasons why I love this Royal Rumble so much. This was one of the greatest finishes in a singles wrestling match of all time, in my
Yep.
opinion. Because during the match, The Rock had brass knucks, and pretty much he hit Shamrock with him, put him in Shamrock's tights. Shamrock
Yep.
kicked out at 2. Shamrock gets the pin, 1, 2, 3, wins. But then The Rock is telling the referee, like, he hit me, like, check the tights. And then the referee checks the tights. The decision was reversed. So The Rock retained the championship due to a disqualification. And then Shamrock loses his shit. And Mike Chioda gets the ankle lock. And I always loved when Shamrock lost his shit because it was different. Because, like, you don't really get this. Like, I wish Braun Breaker would do this.
My
more
question is, how could you not feel brass knucks in your, like I feel like you would feel it.
It's such a missing art, the brass knucks. Like, I know MJF does it periodically, but it's just such a missing
So
art.
does Logan Paul too.
Rey Mysterio used it the other day or last week.
And I could guarantee it, Pat Patterson was the one that came up with this finish. I could guarantee you that.
Yeah,
My God,
and
one of the
that
greatest
was
finishes of all time in a singles wrestling match was
that
right
was
here.
something that I added too in my previous getting put over notes. Is when was the last time you saw that happen where the ref reversed its call, his or her call,
You
because
don't really see
like,
that
oh, they hit
often.
me. They hit me with the thing. Yeah, check your shorts. And then the ref listens to him and follows up with, hey, let me see your shorts. You know, like they don't do that anymore.
And that's the thing. It's such a lost art.
Because
Man, imagine
if,
Dirty Dom versus John Cena at Survivor Series.
I'll give you one better. Just
Or
get the
Monday Night
last
Raw or something. And
think of the last match with Gunther and AJ Styles. If he would have listened to the ref saying that AJ Styles, like Gunther actually tapped and maybe looked at the camera angle or something like that, he would have noticed that Gunther did tap and AJ Styles would have won.
I will say I like this match. But I hated the inconsistencies when we get to the Rumble, which I'll talk about.
Oh, we'll get into that. But my God, missing art right here with the brass knucks. Like, oh my God. They like, you know how much heat this could generate on somebody that you're trying to get over as a bad guy? Oh my God.
Imagine why
Seth
it works
Rollins
for The
did
Rock.
this. Imagine
Eddie Guerrero
Dirty
used
Dom
to do
did
that
this.
all the time.
Gunter
Eddie Guerrero used
did
to do it
this.
all the time.
Oh my God. This match, one of my favorite matches of all time. But we get into the backstage segment here where the Los Barricas were trying to find Stone Cold, and then they ended up finding DOA because they thought the big guy there, the bald guy, was Stone Cold.
Was
So
it
they
like
started
8 Ball or
attacking each
something?
other. 8 Ball, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, getting into our next match here, we have the WWE Tag Team Champions, the New Age Outlaws versus LOD. You got to admit, Dan Eddy, this is kind of cool with the Packers jersey.
No. You know why it's not
No?
cool? Because it's
Why?
the year of 1998, which means it's the year that Packers lost to the Broncos in Super Bowl 97, technically, because it's the 1997 season.
Yep.
And they lost against the Broncos. There was even a guy, or I think it was a girl, that had a sign that said Elway 316 or something like that. And it clicked in my head. I'm like, oh my God, that's this year. And yeah, that's why it's my least favorite segment, because yeah, it's cool that they came out in Packers jerseys, but even the guy in the Reggie White jersey, you can see on camera, like front row was booing Road Dogg and Bobby Gunn.
Yeah, because weren't they like Billy Gunn?
Billy Gunn, my bad.
But yeah, like weren't they what the hell was it? They were where were they? Like San Jose or something?
I don't know, it's your Royal Rumble.
Here, I got it right here. All right, so
at one point I thought they were
it was
Houston.
San Jose, California.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They wore the Packers jerseys.
Yeah, because then Road Dogg was talking shit about
the 49ers or something.
Yeah, like
beating them.
Joe Montana or something or Steve Young getting it from another brewski from his ugly fat wife or however you worded it. I'm like, okay, that was kind of funny.
Dude, Road Dogg on the I always love that, like him just coming out to the ring and like just doing like his stick like during the entrance.
Oh, you didn't know?
All right, well,
I did not enjoy that.
Well, I will say the match with LOD I thought was one of the weaker matches because this is when this is where LOD like they just weren't the same tag team that they once were. And I don't know, I think after having like a false finish like in the Rock versus Shamrock match, they should have at least had like them do something different here rather than like hit them with the title DQ. Like I don't know, I think the finish was awful with this match.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper is kicking in. I think the match itself was
all right.
In true tag team form. There were like shenanigans as always, especially with Road Dogg and I keep wanting to say Billy Gunn. And then the Legion of Doom. This was one of the few matches I've actually watched them in. I know of them. I know the legends. I know they're WWE legends or whatever. I think they're in the Hall of Fame actually, right?
Yep, they are. I think a part of DX.
Oh, really? No, I meant Legion of Doom.
Oh, Legion of Doom. Yes, they are in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So, going into this, I was like, okay, all right, this decent match. I think I might point to it later on, but when towards the ends they lost, they hit him with a chair, and then
because they handcuffed like Hawk to the ring post.
Yeah, and they were kind of playing on the storyline about it was either Hawk or the other person having back issues, and they pretty much they pretty much like isolated him outside the ring, and Road Dogg was beating his ass like with the chair, stairs, and stomping on his back, and then the other person they got handcuffed, and I think the Legion of Doom lost though, right?
Legion of Doom they won technically by disqualification.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that's entertaining.
Getting into our next match now is the 1998 Royal Rumble match. At number 1 and 2, I loved Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie starting off the Rumble. This was one of my favorite first 2 entrants in the Rumble because these two just have so much history, Terry Funk and Mick Foley. So to get to see them start off the match, and then with the chairs getting thrown in the ring, the chainsaw, I just thought it was just a different approach. It was a different approach in a Royal Rumble match because a lot of the times back in the day, it was just that typical, where 2 people start. And still to this day, it's 2 people that start. But with Mick Foley and Chainsaw Charlie, they started off with the chairs and the weapons, which I thought was a really cool way to start off the Rumble.
I must say the chainsaw was freaking me out because that's, if you guys don't know, if we're at a Halloween house or whatever, doing haunted trails or something like that, if people bring out a chainsaw, I'm gone. I'm fucking
out of here.
I'm out of here. Flash looks slow as hell compared to me. So when he came out with the chainsaw, I'm kind of looking away at the TV, but I'm I have to kind of watch though. And then when the ref took it away, I was like, okay.
Yeah. And then also here, you do have the most randomest entrant in Royal Rumble history here. And I believe this guy, his name was, let me pull up the name because I
got it here.
Tom Brantley or something.
Phineas? I wish this had an
order. Or no, it was Tom Brandy. This was Tom Brandy, one of the most random entrants.
Let me bring up the actual accurate order up here.
Yeah. Oh, and then The Rock got his ass beat in the trash can, and the fans loved it. They lost their shit for this.
Tom Brandy.
Tom Brandy, yes. But man, hey, welcome back, Danny. Real quick, what's your thoughts on the LOD versus on the LOD versus New Age Outlaws?
My wife has family coming over, so I had to help her pick up a little bit. The match was good. I wasn't crazy about the finish with the whole handcuff thing or whatever.
Yeah,
but I understand, and it's hard for you to really look at it from a story aspect when you only watched this one show and you didn't see the follow up or what happened afterwards or whatever. But from a standalone match, it was good. I've always been a big fan of Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, and obviously the LOD. They're one of the most legendary tag teams on the planet. So,
and then Mick Foley and Chainsaw Charlie started off. I said, man, one of the best 2 to start a Rumble. Especially bringing in the weapons and stuff. This is the first time that ever happened.
They used to be tag team champions too.
Yep.
WrestleMania 14.
They had a really, if you ever get a chance, they had a really fun dumpster match with the New Age Outlaws.
Yep, that's where they won the titles. WrestleMania 14.
Really, really, really fun. They put the New Age, if I remember correctly, they put the New Age Outlaws in the trash can and pushed it off the stage.
That was a part of the story. Yep. And then most randomest entrant of all time, Tom Brandy. I never even.
This was one of those who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. So then, of course, throughout the Rumble, one of the highlights that happened, because we're obviously going to talk about just the highlights here. Owen Hart enters the Rumble. Jeff Jarrett attacks him, doing this NWA gimmick, and then, of course, when Jeff Jarrett enters the Rumble, which was at number 18. Owen Hart came out at number 9. So at number 18, Jeff Jarrett enters. And then that's when we get Owen Hart, gets a massive pop, beats the crap out of him, throws him out of the Rumble. And then we also got the beginning, the storyline between Owen Hart and DX. Triple H costed him his spot in the Rumble, which I think that this was a great spot.
I completely forgot about the rivalry between Triple H and basically the Hart family. I don't know why, but it was just completely outside of my mind. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, that made so much sense. Because this was like when DX was like first forming.
I really feel like when the curtain call happened, where Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were leaving WWE to go to WCW, and they had that moment in Madison Square Garden. I really feel like, Triple H, because he did pull the curtain back a little bit too much, or especially around for that time period. I feel like that really made him one of the true heels in the business, because people fucking hated him backstage after that.
Oh, for sure. They hated him. And he actually got jobbed out quite a few times. In 96 was one of his worst
supposed to win. He was supposed to win a title or something like that. But
King of the Ring happened, it was supposed to be King of the Ring 96.
Who we talking about?
Triple H.
After the curtain call, he was suspended, and he was in line for a title match or something, and they took it away from him.
He was supposed to win King of the Ring, which would have led to a WWE Championship match, which never happened. And then they had him start jobbing out. He lost to the Godwins, lost to a lot of the comedy new gen characters at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But then DX happened, and one of the best things that ever happened to his career.
Yep.
And then, of course, we had Kurgan. He was the big guy in this Rumble match, and
Number
pretty
12.
much all of them took him out. Pretty much the Great Khali of 1998. Dallas was his manager as the
one of the fun things that I like doing is whenever I see somebody like Kurgan or the dude that what is his gold something, he has the gold mask, he came out with the Cartman character. Whenever I see
that was
Golga or something like that.
Golga, yes.
Whenever I see old dudes like that, from that I remember from my childhood, I always have to search them up to see what they're doing now. And this dude's he's an actor, bro. He's in a lot of
he's killing it right now.
Big time movies.
This match opened up my head because I completely forgot, or maybe I didn't realize that JBL used to go by Blackjack Bradshaw.
Yeah.
And he had the most perverted mustache and just was weird.
Which I will say, shout out to Bradshaw here, because he did wrestle in this match for 35 minutes. And around this time, he wasn't a WWE champion. He wasn't a part of APA. This is when he was on the come up.
There's so many people.
APA didn't become a thing until what? Late 98, early 99, something like that.
Yeah. Where it started in 98.
I did appreciate when Steve Blackman came out. That was cool.
I love Blackman. Which, speaking of Blackman, I got my figure right here, ready to get signed.
It was entry number 10.
Yeah, so that's when he first came to WWE. And then, of course, one of the biggest highlights. This is one of my reasons why Rumble 98 is one of my all-time favorites.
I kind of figured as I was watching it.
I
kind of figured.
Yes.
As soon as I saw this happening, I was like, okay, this is probably why Donnie picked it.
Loved it.
This is what this Rumble's known for.
One of the coolest fucking moments of all time.
I forgot about this Royal Rumble.
And Mick Foley lost 3 times.
But he went out like a star.
He did. Got over with all 3 characters.
I always enjoyed the Dude Love character. I always enjoyed that.
I'm surprised that when WWE had Matt Hardy under contract, they didn't do something like this with broken Matt Hardy, version 1 Matt Hardy, Hardy Boys Hardy. They should have done something there. Because I think there's anybody in the business that could do the 3 faces, it's definitely Mick Foley.
Yeah.
But getting into
they kind of do it nowadays, but with certain, I guess you can count El Grande Americano, but that's really not the same thing. But
yeah. Danny, I think your dogs are going crazy, man. If you want to go take care of your dogs and clean up their shit, you can do that.
It's because my wife has family over, so whenever somebody comes in the door, they go fucking absolutely ballistic for no reason.
Oh, I hear your wife already yelling. All right. Well, Royal
Right on
Rumble,
cue.
of course. Everybody here. This is my only con about this Rumble that I didn't like in the Rumble match. Number 22. It was supposed to be Skull from DOA, but due to injury, he wasn't in the Rumble match. So, like, they had that blank spot. I didn't like that. Didn't like that because nothing added up. Nothing made sense, especially watching it back.
I think that wasn't much of a annoyance as what I thought was the annoyance was the entire fact that Mark Merrow was in the Royal Rumble, and half the time he was just standing in the middle of the ring, just throwing punches to himself. You know, like there was a bag right in front of him. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get him. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. And then he just does nothing.
Yeah, and they also, like, during this time, too, like, with the segments, they would always have Sable involved more, and I wish maybe they did something with her in this Rumble match, with
Like,
Mark Miro being in there, because during this time, Sable was taking all the spotlight from Sonny.
Like, he was just so annoying.
She used to take the bullet from Mark Miro, now she's taking the bullet from Brock Lesnar.
Crazy.
Like, the fucking, what's the UFC guy,
Dan Severin.
Irish, Conor McGregor. Wow,
Conor
brain
McGregor.
fart. The Conor McGregor meme or GIF when he's like, "Who the fuck is that guy?" You know,
Who the fuck is that guy?
that was me like 10 times in this Royal Rumble match alone.
And then at number 24, Stone Cold Steve Austin enters, starts throwing people out, and just whooping a can of whoop ass on all of them. And then, of course, throughout this Rumble match, like, you did get a lot of random names. I didn't like all the tag teams that were in there, but that just tells you around the time, like, they didn't have the most stacked roster. So you did get to see a lot of people get opportunities here. I did like how they had all 5 members of the Nation of Domination. I always like when a big faction, like, that's, like, dominant has that.
This is what I want to say about, like, as far as, like, consistency in this Rumble. I feel like one of my critiques that I saw was obviously, like, a match or two before this. We had the Ken Shamrock and The Rock match, and Ken Shamrock got screwed out of the IC title. He literally had the title, and then the ref took it back or whatever. And, like, he was mad, bro. He was fucking taking out referees. Like, he was fucking rip shit mad. So he ends up coming into the Rumble, right? And The Rock is in the corner, like, like taking kicks from somebody. And Ken Shamrock doesn't go towards him. It's like maybe like 5 minutes before he makes contact with The Rock. And it's in my eyes, it's like, if that happened to me, like,
you'd want to go right after him.
The first motherfucker I would go
it's
after
on
is
site.
Rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because also, too, one thing I didn't like either, why were the Nation going after each other right away, too?
D'Lo Brown was going in, bro.
Like, why were they going after each other right away? I know there was, like, some cracks in the Nation during this time, but it wasn't as bad. So, like, I don't know why they just all went, like, right at it with each other then, and, like, we didn't get that moment.
Yeah.
So I did notice that inconsistency as well. But then the final two, we had Rock and Stone Cold. The future of the WWF at this time. This is before both guys ever won a world championship. And then, of course, Austin 316 wins the Royal Rumble 1990.
Hell yeah.
Going on to WrestleMania 14 for the championship.
Yep.
Now, let's get into our...
surprised that wasn't the main event.
Oh, dude, I was happy that this was the second to last match because I do think the main event, this was the right call. And there's a lot of times where I get mad when the main event is not the Royal Rumble match, but this year it made perfect sense to have it as the main event. And that's Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker casket match. Let me just say this. The vignettes for some of these Royal Rumble rivalries, oh my God, take me back to those days, please. Oh my God. How Rage gets with Rhea Ripley, that's how I get with those old school video packages, man. I love it. Hey, look at that. We got somebody, his name is Christopher. What's going on, Christopher?
Christopher, welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the show.
But anytime Shawn Michaels and Undertaker had a match, it was a classic.
Oh yeah, this was months before, like, they were heating in the rivalry. Later on this year is when Bad Blood happened and Kane debuted.
Nope.
You know, and
Bad Blood started first, and then Rumble was the rematch.
are you sure?
Yep. Bad Blood was 1997. This was 1998.
Oh,
Royal
yep,
Rumble.
yep. You're right.
Because
You're going against encyclopedia, bro.
yeah, I was about to say, I can tell you exactly what happened. All right. So here's what happened. Bad Blood. It was Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker for the WWF Championship.
Oh,
Kane
the
made
match.
his
Kane debuted.
I would have recommended it.
championship. But then what happened was the brothers on Raw, which they did show in the video package, were pretty much like, it was all like what happened because Undertaker didn't want to fight his baby brother. And then, of course, Kane had Undertaker's back, which you did notice in the match where he was beating up the guys. And then we did see that turn happen. And then that led to WrestleMania 14, Kane versus Undertaker. And that's when Kane, I felt like, lost a lot of momentum when he lost to Taker at that Mania. Still disagree with it.
I've always wanted a legitimate Kane mask. I don't know why. I just always liked it.
But yeah, pretty much like throughout this match, like Undertaker, it looked like he was going to win, hit Shawn Michaels with the tombstone. And then similar to the Yokozuna match that happened in early 1994 Royal Rumble, a bunch of the bad guys came out. They attacked the Undertaker, try to take him out. Cade comes to the rescue, helps him, but then turns on his brother, puts him in the casket, locks him up, and then they end the show with the casket on fire in the entrance. My God, this is why I loved Royal Rumble 1998.
And then they had and then when
You don't get this shit no more.
And then if I remember correctly, when Taker came back, that's when they like the Druids brought the coffin on the stage or whatever, and like the fucking Thunderbolts and like you know
the Thunderbolt, yes. But that like this stuff like you don't get in pro wrestling in 2026, which is why like I wanted to go back in this getting put over segment and talk about Royal Rumble 1998. And obviously I've watched this pay-per-view several times, and I even rewatched it for this segment here, but I really wanted you guys to watch it and really get to see what your thoughts were overall on the show. And what do you give it out of 10?
I would give it probably like a 7. You know, like there was things on there like, you know, there was good wrestling on the show, whatever. But like I can't really really talk about like from a story aspect. And I know like story was massive back in 98. But like, you know, that was so long ago and I wasn't watching on a regular basis back then. You know, but with the matches, fantastic. There was some inconsistency, especially with, like I said, with the whole Shamrock and
Hey, it wasn't perfect.
Rock thing.
Never said it was perfect.
But I enjoyed it for what it is, and I can't tell you guys how excited I am to go back and rewatch WrestleMania 17 and relive that My Way video package with The Rock and Steve Austin.
I still watch it to this day.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Bro, we're in for a treat, man. We are in for a treat. Main event, Rock versus Austin, man.
I've got a boner right now, dude.
All right, well, you can put that boner away and give us your rating on this Royal Rumble.
I gotta be behind it. Well, I gotta be aside Danny because I got a boner right now. I don't want to do that to him. I will say a 7 out of 10.
You better keep your sword away.
So funny. I can't give it any more than a 7 because kind of like the matches on the card were sort of out there with me. The main event literally carried. I think the Royal Rumble, I was going through it, watching it, and didn't know 15 of the entries. What?
What are you laughing about?
Oh my God.
Did you realize what I just said earlier or what?
He's a little late when it comes to certain things. It takes him
Bro,
to
I
process
just thought of a joke in my fucking head, and I don't know if I can just say it.
No, you're not gonna say it. We're not getting
tell in the private chat if anything.
Yeah, you can tell us it.
I was kind of going through it and keeping an open mind, and I must say it was entertaining. I think if I knew more of the wrestlers showing up, like Kama, I didn't know who he was. 8-Ball, I completely forgot about. I forgot the name. The guy that goes, damn, his real name is Farouk. I forgot his name was Farouk for the longest time. JBL had a gimmick before. He was known as JBL to this day.
He was
so I appreciated Steve
That
Blackman. I appreciated some, wrestlers that I didn't know. But then also going through the Royal Rumble match, as soon as they kept it was a fucking drinking game. Like if you hear them mention Stone Cold Steve Austin's name, it was like you take a drink. You kind of knew it was sort of happening. There, like the storyline throughout the match. I could kind of just tell it was predictable that Stone Cold was going to win. It was entertaining, yes, but
It was
to an
predictable
extent,
with the storyline.
it was sort of predictable. Yeah.
You see, I'm gonna say this right now. I am actually relieved that you guys gave this a 7 out of 10 and actually somewhat enjoyed watching this Rumble. So for me, I actually feel relieved because I was so scared that you guys were going to critique me like freaking you guys did with Ben's no, I think it was Danny that critiqued it. Ben's pick, which was Survivor Series 05. Like I remember Danny hated it so much. So I'm so relieved that you guys both gave it a 7 out of 10.
That show was ass, man. I don't know what Rage was thinking, but
I think that would have to be worse than this one.
Bamboos, $6.99. Liv and Braun win. Ooh, we're gonna get into our men's winner. We already talked about the women's, but with that being said, for the Getting Put Over segment this week, we reviewed WWE Royal Rumble 1998. And next week's Getting Put Over segment, Rage makes his return, and honestly, he didn't give me an answer. So we'll find out, and we'll let you guys know probably tomorrow on the We Are Wrestling Podcast Extra who Rage decides to put over. All right, well, with that being said, it's time to get back.
I feel like it was Danny's turn, wasn't it? He hasn't
Well,
put something over in a long time.
I figured we'd reset because
we'll let Rage do it because he hasn't been here in a while. So
yeah, so we'll get back on track now with all of it. All right, well, with that being said, let's get back to the WWE Royal Rumble 2026 prediction. We're back, Jack, and we have 2 more matches to review and predict for the WWE Royal Rumble 2026. And starting things off, oh man, I'm going to probably be in my feels with a lot of other AJ Styles fans during this one. Gunter versus AJ Styles. And it's not just a singles match. If AJ Styles loses this match, he will be retiring from wrestling. We already know, I think, what's going to happen. It's very predictable, and it breaks my heart.
It's predictable, but one thing that I noticed when AJ Styles was cutting his promo on Monday was he emphasized his WWE career. He mentioned WWE a lot. He didn't say, my pro wrestling career is over. He didn't say anything. He said his WWE career. So what I think is going to happen is Saturday, in fact, he will end up losing and leaving WWE. I heard, I want to say middle last week or whatever, that AJ Styles only had 11 days left on his contract, which, now he probably only has maybe 3 days left on his contract.
Yeah, it's up on February 1st.
Second week of February, something like that.
So AJ Styles is gonna lose this match, and my prediction is he's gonna, stay home for a couple weeks. He's gonna, in that time, he's gonna sign a short-term deal with TNA. He's gonna work a program with Mike Santana, and he's gonna put Mike Santana over as the new face of TNA and the new face that runs the place. And then AJ Styles will have his final match in a TNA ring.
I do think his final match, I do agree with that. And this is what I really, really hope out of AJ Styles' retirement. I want his final match to be at a TNA ring. Don't care who it's against, but I do think it will be Frankie Kazarian, as he will have a match with him, because at the end of the day, it makes the most sense. He has 3 best friends in the business. He has Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, and Frankie Kazarian. Christopher Daniels, he retired from professional wrestling, still on screen. He's like doing manager stuff, backstage stuff with AEW. Samoa Joe is in AEW, and Frankie Kazarian's in TNA. I don't see AJ Styles going to AEW because he never did anything in All Elite Wrestling. So it doesn't make sense for him to go there during his final year of wrestling.
And if you guys remember
why I think
that,
TNA just makes the most sense. It's
if
where
you guys
he got his big
remember
break.
a viral moment like weeks prior, like there was a fan recording him trying to sign an AEW belt, and he said he just couldn't. So I doubt he's gonna.
He was like, Matt, Nick, love you, but I can't
love you
sign
guys. With all due respect, no, I just can't. And yeah, that was it. So I don't think he's going to AEW at all. I think
TNA.
I agree with you guys. He's gonna end his wrestling career in TNA, and he's gonna end his WWE career this weekend at the Royal Rumble.
Agree. And also I want to like add some context here to why I think Gunter beating AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble is better than having this at WrestleMania. And I think there's bigger plans here for Gunter going into Mania this year. And I think it's going to be Gunter versus Brock Lesnar. And I think for the first time ever, Brock Lesnar is going to be an underdog because throughout his career, he's never been the underdog. But going against Gunter, who is now the career killer, ended Goldberg's career, ended John Cena's career, making him tap out, and then ending the phenomenal one, AJ Styles' career, Gunter is not going to be the underdog in this match with Brock. And I think that this is going to be a WrestleMania match. And I think it will really begin at the Rumble when Brock eliminates Gunter and we get that tension there, and they're going to build it. They're going to build that all the way up. Because if they don't, what's Gunter going to do after retiring AJ? Think about it. He's got to have, like, if you want to keep him away from the title, you have to have him go against a big blockbuster superstar. And Brock Lesnar, it makes the most sense. They're not running it back. Like, I've heard people say I've been hearing Roman versus Brock over and over and over again. It's not happening.
What I think is going to happen with the Royal Rumble, I think, well, first of all, Gunther and Brock Lesnar are both going to be in the Royal Rumble, but I don't think they might have that stare down. I think they're going to save it until the Monday after Raw in Philadelphia and have Gunther do a promo and say, just kind of gloat about the fact that he just retired AJ Styles. I retired this guy, and blah, 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 blah. Who's next? And then Brock Lesnar's music is going to hit. So I think that's how they're going to start it. But they might have an interaction at the Royal Rumble, I think, maybe. Because Brock Lesnar is advertised to be at the Royal Rumble. So I think with that, there's not going to be maybe an interference with the match or like an after the match interaction of some. If it's not going to happen in the Royal Rumble match, they're going to save it until the Monday after Raw or the Monday after the Royal Rumble. To start the official road to WrestleMania.
You see why I think it's going to happen at the Rumble is because Gunther already said, like, he's having this match with AJ and he's also entering the Royal Rumble. And Brock Lesnar, we have seen the leaked pictures. I think you sent me it on Instagram. There was like a leaked image of Brock Lesnar with
Facebook,
like, the Rumble background. So that's why I think, like, if there's a time and place to start this feud with Gunther and Brock, it's the Royal Rumble. Because both guys won't lose credibility if they eliminate one another in that Rumble match.
It's going to happen probably at the Royal Rumble. I'm just saying if they don't, then it's definitely going to happen at that Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, no, definitely has to be that Raw. Or they do last minute bullshit and they do it after Chamber, which I think doesn't happen.
No, I think if the producers of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown are gonna do anything to keep their jobs, they start the promos, storylines, feuds, interactions, whatever you want to call it. You start them on Monday Night Raw and the Friday Night SmackDown next week. That's it.
You got to have some storylines built for the Rumble,
WrestleMania after the Royal Rumble. They have to start next week because anything that doesn't happen at the Royal Rumble.
Nah, man, because when you have that WrestleMania sign, when's the WrestleMania sign debut? At the Rumble. The road to WrestleMania really begins at the Royal Rumble. So you have to plant the seeds at the Rumble.
That's what I'm saying. If they're not going to do it there, though, You have to do it that week
they don't do
after.
it there, they have to do it the week after. You're right.
Yeah,
I do agree.
yeah, that's what I'm
see what
saying.
you're
I'm
saying.
not saying it's never going to happen at the Royal Rumble. No, I'm saying that there should be some sort of interaction between Lesnar and Gunther because that will make people intrigued and like want to tune in next week, the Monday Night Raw after Royal Rumble, because that is really like the going home show for WrestleMania if you think about it, as far as creative booking, as far as planting the seeds, as far as getting things put into action, like everything.
Oh, for sure. All right, well, for the winner of this match, I have Gunther.
I forgot what match we're talking about. The Gunther versus AJ Styles. Yeah, I have Gunther too.
And then I'm sure Daddy, I think in his predictions, he had Gunther.
Oh, look who shows up. Oh, look who's in the chat there, Donnie. Oh, he's got a Seahawks jersey too. Oh, that fucker.
It's okay.
Oh,
I blame Xavier Smith. I blame our special teams on that bullshit that happened.
how's it going, Nathaniel?
Awful. I don't know who I'm more annoyed with right now, Daddy or fucking my team losing.
Hey, bro, I have a family. I have a wife. I have fucking 3 kids. When I got to step away, I got to step away.
Okay, well, I told you what to do when you step away, and you didn't do it.
I don't know what that meant.
What it meant is when you have to go, you're okay to go. Just switch the background to 2 people. That's all I'm asking.
If
And
I
it's
knew how to do that, I probably would.
It's literally right here, right next to it.
Oh.
Man, I hope you lose that championship. But we'll find out when that happens.
If he loses, put him on the bottom. But put me up there. Damn.
Well, next week he can spend plenty of time with Vicky because I think Rage will be back. So we have to start rotating again.
Yeah, next I might next week, a little behind the scenes. I might be here for like the first 10 minutes or whatever, get acclimated, say hi to Rage and everything, and then I might dip out and let the 3 of you,
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. You've been very busy on podcast day. But
yeah,
things happen.
It'll be good to have, a little break. So
Oh, I bet it would. Grind is real. Grind never stops. All right. Well, you also have Gunther.
I'm like Kit Wilson.
Right? Don't ever do that again. you have Gunther. You have Gunther winning, right?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, with that being said, let's get into our main event match for the WWE Royal Rumble 2026, and that is the Men's Royal Rumble match. Here we go. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go over 1 through 10, 11 through 20, 21 through 30. We'll share our surprises and then our winner. So before we get into that, just to remind you guys, the points breakdown, just because we haven't talked about it in a little while. So the way we're doing this for the We Are Wrestling Predictions Championship, that will be defended by Danny himself. Regular matches, that equals 1 point. Each person gets 2 men, 2 women surprise picks that are locked in, meaning each person pretty much was able to pick 2 men, 2 women that were all different. Whoever locked in who first got them. I was quicker than them. Surprise entrance correct equals 3 points. If you get both your men or both your women you predict correct, you get 7 points. Royal Rumble entrant number correct equals 2 points. And if you get the Royal Rumble winner correct, that is 5 points. And whoever has the most points by the end of the WWE Royal Rumble predictions win. And the predictions title is unpredictable. And that's why we are pretty much putting our predictions based off who we have entering at what number. So, Daddy, we're going to let you take it away with your top 10. Or 1 to 10.
Why 1 to 10 is number 1, Braun Breaker. Number 2, Logan Paul, but I have a reason for that. It's because on Monday Night Raw, we had that backstage, before the main event, we had the backstage, and Logan Paul was the one. I think it should be Braun Breaker that wins. I think it should be Braun. Logan Paul is a selfish son of a bitch.
He's gonna try to.
Like he's gonna be scheming and he's gonna be up to something. So I think putting him number 2 with Braun Breaker being number 1 would be a smart thing to fucking do.
I can
so
see Adam
number
Pierce doing that.
So plus, like, we still like with the whole thing going on between like him getting in Pierce's face or whatever, and like the suspension. Like, we still haven't had any really form of a punishment. Like, what else is there going to be? He entered all of them in the Rumble. He had to do that for one specific reason.
He's trying to break them up, and he knows that there could only be one winner in the division. And he knows that
why
Logan
not-
Paul is going to selfishly try to cost Breaker.
So why not have Breaker number 1, Logan number 2, man? They could easily do that on
That is such an Adam
the day
Pierce
of the
thing,
show.
putting 2 Vision people at the first 2. I can see that. All right, who else you got?
Number 3, we got Rey Mysterio. Number 4, we got Carmelo Hayes. That'd be fucking phenomenal. I just rewatched 2025, and Carmelo and Ray went at it pretty decent, so I'd like to see that again. Number 5, Kit Wilson. Number 6, The Miz. 7, Matt Cardona. 8, Jacob Fatu. 9, Randy Orton. And number 10, Trick Williams.
All right, I like it.
I
can't wait to hear the crowd. I can't wait to hear the crowd do the whoop that trick. I love that he's getting so over.
I took a little
He
bit
is
more
so
time.
over right now.
I took a little bit more time on the men's picks than I did the women's. I kind of rushed the women's a little bit.
All right. Now, Dan Eddy, here we go with your 10.
Yeah, so I did Cody Rhodes at 1, Jacob Fatu at 2, because Cody Rhodes, there's, stigma where he can enter and win his 3rd consecutive or 3rd Royal Rumble at least.
3rd Rumble.
And
tying with Steve Austin.
Yeah, tying with Steve Austin. And Steve Austin's name has been thrown out there for months now, like just whatever, and like little, cookie crumbs, just whatever. And then with Jacob Fatu at number 2, that would probably be one of the most entertaining 1-2 openers for Royal Rumble, because they never even had a sanctions match like just last week. So putting them 2 together in a Royal Rumble where Cody Rhodes and Fatu can go at it and try to eliminate the other person before Jey Uso comes in and decides whether to, help out Cody Rhodes or, help his fellow bloodline member, who knows, or not bloodline member, but family member in the bloodline.
I like where you're going with this.
And so Randy Orton and Braun Breaker and Obafemi. Randy Orton has been eyeing Fatu and Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre and anybody else who gets in line with him getting his 16th championship, right? No, 15th.
15th.
Yeah. And then Obafemi, if they're going to do anything with him, you put him in the beginning. You don't put him in like 12, 15, 16, whatever.
I had him
or
in the
even
middle.
28. I think if they're going to have him vacate the NXT title just like that after seconds of winning it or minutes of winning it, there's something that they plan on doing with Obafemi, and they're going to push him to the moon. So having him be in there with the main card, like superstar WrestleMania headliners as it is with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton in them, I think what they're going to do is load up this first 10 or 15 entrance and see where it goes. And then you have to have some people to throw in there as kind of like, yeah, they could win, but they're probably going to get thrown over and get eliminated. So that's why I put Solo Sikoa, Dragon Lee, Cerro, Miguel, Penta, and Logan Paul.
I love that, like, your approach and my approach are totally different here. Because I do think, like, with Obafemi coming in, like, you have to have a Kit Wilson. You have to have, like, a Miz in there so that he has people that you can throw out. Because I think they are going to try to break that record of eliminations. And I think Obafemi is going to probably have the most in this match. But getting into my 10, I have at number 1, Carmelo Hayes, number 2, Javon Evans. I wanted to put 2 young guys here that are the future of the WWE to start things off. Carmelo Hayes at number 1, he has the 1 as the I. I think that's a little Easter egg right there. And Carmelo Hayes has been the workhorse. That United States Championship has been the workhorse title in the WWE, where we have those open challenges every Friday. So that's why I have Carmelo at number 1, because I think they're going to want to give him a strong showing. And then Javon Evans at number 2. I think, man, you got to have him. Let's get bouncy. And then number 3, I got Dragon Lee. Number 4, Shinsuke Nakamura. Number 5, The Miz. because you got to have some of those throwaways in there. Miz will be one of them. And I don't see him and Carmelo being like far from each other. At number 6, I have El Grande Americano. Number 7, Austin Theory, my first member of the division that will enter the Rumble, because I do have them spread out because I don't think it's going to be all together. At number 8, I have Matt Cardona. Number 9, Ray Phoenix. And number 10, Obafemi, because Obafemi is going to enter, like, I think between 10 and 15. And I think he's going to clean house. And this is going to be before the big names like Cody, Roman, like all these bigger names like Fatu enter the Rumble. They're going to have Oba be that guy running things. And then they'll have those stare downs when we get later on into the Rumble. But let's get into, Danny, your number 11 through 20.
So number 11 for me, I put Bronson Reed. Yeah, another member of the division. So far, we haven't seen Theory yet. He comes in later on this list. By having Breaker come in number 1, Logan come in number 2, and then having Bronson Reed come in number 3, I feel like that's very smart.
Me number 11.
I feel like Breaker can sort of use Bronson Reed as sort of like the shield kind of guy. Like he can, take a lot of the brunt of the impact. He can, when people are like on the verge of like eliminating Breaker, Bronson Reed can fucking really split that shit up. So I think that's very smart. Jey Uso coming in number 12. It's just he's gonna be in it. Had to put him somewhere, and I do feel like 12 is a very decent number for somebody that won the match last year.
Yeet.
We got number 13. We got Penta. Number 14. We got Cody Rhodes. I don't want Cody Rhodes to come in super early, but I don't want him to come in super late either.
I don't want it either, but I just know the way they be booking it. That's why I got them like towards 20 to 30.
But I think it's smart because with all the talk about like, oh my God, are they going to do Cody versus Roman again at WrestleMania this year? Having Cody come in and then number 15 have Roman come in. I think that's very smart. And that's before like Brock and like, a lot of those other people come in or whatever. So having Roman come in number 15, I think it's good. Number 16, Ilya Dragunov. Number 17 is when we get Austin Theory. 18, Dragon Lee. 19, Ray Phoenix, and 20, Royce Keys, Powerhouse. I didn't want to put Royce Keys because people.
Yeah, we have to go with the name that we already know.
So Powerhouse Hobbs.
So you'll notice that, guys, throughout like our graphics, it will say Powerhouse Hobbs because we don't know his full official WWE name just yet. Because things can always change.
As far as I know, right now his name is going to be Royce Key because his son's name is one of his son's names.
Yeah,
is Royce.
I did something about Royce in there, but real quick, let's read some of the live chat before we get into Dan Eddy's 11 through 20. Josh here, my picks for the men and the women's are Braun or Roman, and for the women, it's Liv. Christopher says he's going to enter at number 30. Can't wait to see that. Angelo, Hobbs and Bronson stare down, please. Ooh, that's buddy stare down right there. And we got Destry showing some love, man. Always got to show love to Destry. I see him in every single We Are Wrestling watch along or live episode.
Same exact message every time, but yeah.
Love it. It's tradition. All right. Well, Dan Eddy, let's get into your list here for 11 through 20.
11 through 20. Yeah. So I did Ilya Dragunov, Matt Cardona, 12. Ethan Page, I feel, is deserving to go in the Royal Rumble because he's done.
Deserves it.
He deserves
it.
And
that's smart having Matt Cardona come in and then Ethan Page, because Ethan Page there's a storyline between Ethan Page and Chelsea Green, who is Matt Cardona's wife. So I mean that's very smart.
I like the thinking.
Yeah. And then 14, I had The Miz. 15, I put Finn Balor. And Danny, I gotta thank you for mentioning about Rey Mysterio being hurt, because I'm like, oh shoot, okay. So now when
there's
I
a
saw
little bit of an update on that. There's a little bit of an update on that. It's not.
You wanna share? You wanna
it's
share the
not
update?
Crazy. So Rey Mysterio did get injured on Monday. There's a bunch of fan footage after the match between him and Austin Theory. The referee did the X or whatever. But a report came out, I heard yesterday, that though he was hurt during the match, it's not the kind of injury that'll really like take him out of. So I do think he'll be involved in the Rumble in some way, which is good, because I mean it would suck for him to get injured this close to WrestleMania again, because if I remember correctly, he missed last year's WrestleMania because of injury. So you know, we don't need a repeat. So I mean, it's a good update to have this close to WrestleMania.
That is
that's
a good
update.
Because I did avoid putting Ray on my list due to the X and the injury, which I feel like it's gonna bite me in the ass.
If he does miss the Royal Rumble because of injury, there's always the Elimination Chamber. I mean, the options are still there. So then I put Finn Balor. Next, I put Ray Phoenix, Bronson Reed, just to kind of split up the vision.
Yep, that's what I did too throughout.
The Giant Coffee, Leon Slater, and whoop that Trick Williams at 20, because I didn't want to put all the banger of like superstars all at the beginning, like 1 through 15. 1 through 15, you can fit them easily with all these big ass names. So Trick Williams, I feel like they're pushing him, and they're already throwing him in the main events of the Saturday night main events. You know, like just last week, not even a week ago. Like what, 4? Anyways, the fact of the matter is they know they have something with Trick Williams, so throwing him somewhere like 20, it doesn't really guarantee him like another, like a long duration in the Royal Rumble. It doesn't guarantee him like a victory, but it shows that he's not like, or he shows that he's worth more. Like
he's a main player.
Yeah. So with Leon Slater too at 19, I threw him in there because like, why not? Because they've been featuring him in every PLE, even though he's still on a contract with TNA, is it?
Yeah, I'm so bad. I will say, after seeing your list, because I locked mine in first in our group chat, Leon Slater is one of those names I wish I put on my Royal Rumble.
Now,
you want to switch and give me Bianca Belair?
Nah.
I want some clarification on this. I don't know if anybody here knows, but I know that Leon Slater and a few people are having issues getting into the U.S. because of visa issues.
Yep.
Is that only strictly for the U.S. or does that count for other countries outside of the U.K.?
I didn't think about that actually,
because he wasn't on the he wasn't on the Albuquerque, New Mexico show for TNA either because of the visa issues.
I don't know about that. Anybody in the live chat know that? Because that's definitely an interesting like take. I could definitely see that not being a problem. I feel like going into Saudi, but Leon Slater, I could definitely see that being, because he has been showcased a lot on NXT, and now especially with Carmelo Hayes.
I just hope his visa won't prevent him
from
going.
They've been doing what they did with Joe Hendry with Leon Slater now, and then eventually Joe Hendry signed a full-time contract with WWE and NXT. Now, when Leon Slater's contract with TNA ends, I think they're just going to throw him in the main roster right away.
Yep. And then he's going to team with Javon Evans.
I hope that,
I hate this for TNA.
I hope that his whole visa situation is not going to prevent him from being in the Rumble. That's what I hope.
Yeah, no, I agree. But let's get into my number 11 through 20. So here's who I have. At number 11, Chad Gable making his WWE return. We saw that picture a couple weeks ago of him in his friggin'.
Oh my God.
You want to talk about you want to talk about Wrestling Machine Kurt Angle? He is in Wrestling Machine Kurt Angle, like that's how he's built right now. So he's going to be coming at number 11. At number 12, Kit Wilson, because I have Matt Cardona at number 8. So I think that we're gonna have them two near each other. 13, Powerhouse Hobbs coming to WWE, because I do think the main roster, it's going to happen. As much as I don't want it to, it's going to happen. And we're going to hear a bunch of crickets when he shows up.
Angelo, I have Finn Balor in my Royal Rumble. I just went through my list.
I don't know if I put him or not. I don't think I did. Because I do think that like he's going to do something to take somebody out and then enter the Rumble. But I don't think that really counts if he takes the person's spot. And I have.
Would that count as a surprise though?
I feel like if let's say you had Ray at the number,
They could always do a thing to where he takes out, is there anybody that you guys think is going to be in the Rumble that maybe shouldn't definitely be there? like one of the
Miz.
like
The Miz, yeah, I have the
Miz
Miz.
or Bravo and Rayo, the Los Americanos, like any Tozawa. Remember Tozawa got taken out by Carmelo Hayes, and then they threw Speed in. They could do something like that with Finn
Ray
Balor.
Phoenix.
I would say like if Finn Balor goes like to the number that you have him at, like you still get the point. Like that's how it should be. But back to what I was saying at number 14, Solo Sikoa. 15, Gunter. 16, Damian Priest. 17, we get the return of Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Number 18, LA Knight. Number 19, Logan Paul. And then at number 20, I have Penta. Because Penta was in the Rumble pretty early in his debut for the Rumble. So I do think that they're going to kind of have him at number 20. But I will say, like, overall, like here, I kind of wanted to just mix it up a little bit, see what happens, because obviously we don't have the script here. And I know at any point, one of these little numbers, like Solo at 14, I could get that point. So I kind of just like, this is where I just didn't know where these guys were going to land. So it's like, all right, let me see what sticks. Maybe I get a lucky 2 points out of it because we are competing for a championship at the end of the day. So you got to take some risk, especially with an unpredictable championship. But let's get into now our final 10 that we have.
Yeah, so for my final 10, I got number 21, Chad Gable. Chad Gable, he's a fucking machine, bro. He's coming in. I hope to God that he comes in as Chad Gable and he does not come in as like a secondary El Grande Americano. Because that's, the word on the street is he's going to be going back to that gimmick. And I hope to fucking God not.
No.
Number 22, Oba Femi. And here's where things get a little spicy, man. I feel like Oba Femi obviously is not going to win, but I feel like Oba Femi is going to be the one to eliminate Brock Lesnar, and we're going to get Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Ooh, and then they wait for Gunter versus. I like that.
Yeah, because Gunther shouldn't lose, right? And I don't think Brock Lesnar should lose to Gunther necessarily. Because I mean,
he should lose to Gunter.
Look what he did to fucking John Cena, bro. He's not going to lose to Gunther. You know what
yes,
I mean?
he is.
So I don't see that. I do see Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I think that it's a match we haven't seen yet. They're two big guys. They're both machines. So I could definitely see that being a possibility.
Wait, real quick. I do want to read this comment. I think Dan Eddy, you were looking at it too. Angelo's comment. I could see El Grande coming in, and then Chad comes in, and they have a moment. Imagine both of them as El Grande Americano. And like we get that, like I can see that happening. And then Gable takes off the mask or something and like fucking stomps on it.
Well, yeah, there needs to be like some sort of moment. That's kind of where I put.
That's why I kind of kept the two near each other.
I put them.
I feel like 21 and 28 is too far. What you have there.
Angela, I agree. Brock Lesnar should not be number 30. To be honest, I just threw him in there because I had to put him somewhere, and I couldn't think of a really good spot to really put him in. It's
something WWE would do, though.
So
honestly, that's an easy 2 points.
It is
probably
something they would do. So number 23, I have Dominic Mysterio. I think that's a great spot to put him in. Plus, the one that comes in after him is Damian Priest. Again, there's a lot of history there. Number 25, we have Javon Evans. Number 26, we have Solo Sikoa. Number 27, lucky number 27, LA Knight. Yeah. Number 28, El Grande Americano. Number 29, R-Truth, easy elimination for the next guy that comes in, Mr. Brock Lesnar.
I love that your last three entrants, you are looking. This is something Road Dogg would write in the writer's room. Dude, you know how pissed fans are going to be online seeing El Grande at 28, 29 R-Truth, 30 Brock Lesnar, and then people are going to think that Chris Jericho's showing up, which we're going to talk about after we get into our list, because I know there's a lot of people that are speculating it's happening.
I think we got some solid lists, man. Solid names, solid, talking points.
I'm just glad we don't have the exact same numbers all the time.
I love that it's all different.
But knowing WWE.
Wait, real quick. Casual Cam in the live chat. Is Gunter in the Rumble? Yes.
He is.
I don't think he's.
Doesn't have a title.
Wait,
he doesn't have a title.
Wait, you didn't put Gunther on your list.
That's because I don't think he's going to be in the Rumble, man.
Well, he already said he's declaring for the Rumble after his AJ match.
Gunther should not lose, and if Gunther's in the Rumble, he's going to end up losing, and I don't see that being a possibility.
Oh no, he gets buried, getting thrown over the top rope. God forbid.
No, but I just don't think he should lose. Like he needs.
I mean, in Danny's defense,
he has announced himself already. Yeah,
he's okay, in it. And
thank you for the free 2 points.
I honestly don't think that he's legitimately going to be in it. But
Danny has a 1 in 29 shot at getting 2 points.
Hey, he could be right.
You're looking at Obafemi or Chad Gable being number 20,
Donnie,
22. You can't look at that and be like, that's a realistic expectation.
You gotta understand too, Donnie. He's saying the same reason that you were talking about with Kane earlier.
True.
Like there was so much heat, and then he just gets buried by the Undertaker, and you don't agree with that. That could still happen with Gunther. He goes into the Rumble and then loses. He doesn't have a title, so why not be in the Rumble?
Okay, but you get set up a WrestleMania program. Get Brock, have him throw him out, and then Gunther gets revenge on Brock for costing him an opportunity at WrestleMania. You don't get buried when you lose a Royal Rumble match.
I'd prefer Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. I just think like if you really want to make Obafemi the next big fucking guy, have him face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. That'll be a big match, and everybody.
Oh, it'd be huge. Honestly, I wouldn't be upset at that. But I just think realistically, we're getting the Gunther and Brock thing at WrestleMania. I do think, because especially if you're gonna have Gunther beat AJ at the Rumble, and then he has AJ, Cena, Goldberg all beaten within a 6-month period.
And that Brock Lesnar
going to beat him, and
not happening.
I'm pretty
Unless
sure
he beats him the first time, and then Gunther beats him at
SummerSlam this year is in Minneapolis, so I think
people
with
saying that's
Brock
Lesnar's last match.
Brock Lesnar's last match, yeah, that's what I was gonna get. Have that beat Obafemi, have him put over Obafemi, and then just passing the torch basically. The WrestleMania match can still be Gunther and Brock Lesnar. But it can't just be like for a retirement match or whatever, like what their AJ Styles is. So
yeah,
I can still see both matches happening, both on PLEs. I'm just saying, like there could be a way where he's not in the Rumble. And I know Donnie, you and I were just talking about this while Danny was gone. There could be a reason why, like Gunther, yes, he's already claimed that declared he's going to be in the Rumble, but still, like there's an option where they don't want to ruin the heat, or kill the heat that he's been getting with like all these like legend killer things.
But you're not getting killed when you get thrown out in a Royal Rumble match, unless it's like he's getting eliminated like Santino Marella.
The thing is, Donnie.
You see, this is why wrestling is in the state that it's in.
No. Gunther is retired Goldberg. Gunther is retired John Cena. Gunther is going to be retiring AJ Styles. How is it going to look? He's retiring AJ Styles that night, but yeah, he gets eliminated out of the Royal Rumble. Like it's not
because maybe he worked a 20+ minute match with the Phenomenal One.
If he's not winning, he should not be in the match.
He doesn't get buried if he gets thrown over the top rope.
If he's not winning,
hey,
he should not
look
be
at
in the
Angela's comment. Look at Angela's comment.
Which one? He has a lot of them.
yeah, the very recent, the most recent one.
Okay, the most recent one.
The WWE champion and got eliminated by McIntyre.
Oh, Brock Lesnar was buried, I guess, when he got eliminated by fucking Drew McIntyre.
No, but I'm just saying, like, the story that they're telling is Gunther going on this.
Okay, but now how do we? Okay, but now getting into WrestleMania, how do we start the program with Gunther going into WrestleMania? You need to have somebody cost him the Royal Rumble match. That's how we start things with Gunther in the Royal Rumble. Because if you put him in the chamber, you're already setting him up for failure because he has to get pinned. The Rumble, he can just get thrown over the top rope and it doesn't really count in his win-loss record.
Gunther shouldn't be in the Elimination Chamber match.
I'm just saying.
But one of these PLEs,
I see both options.
You have to start the program at Rumble or Chamber, and I just see it happening realistically at the Royal Rumble with Gunther. Whether it's Obafemi that throws him out or Brock Lesnar, it's going to be somebody big, one of the bigger guys. But we'll have to wait and see what happens because in a Royal Rumble, anything can happen. That's the first night the road to WrestleMania begins. So what I could be saying could be right. What you're saying could be right. We don't know until this Saturday, which we will plug real quick. This Saturday on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel, we will be live for the WWE Royal Rumble with our yearly long watch along. And I'll be live here on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel with a sold out house here at Best One Studios. Danny will also be live over on his YouTube channel for the Rumble as well. Just a nice little plug. So if you are looking for somebody to watch the Royal Rumble with, we'll be live here. And in the beginning of the We Are Wrestling Rumble watch along, we'll be drawing those names out of the bingo cage.
You guys can have
For the
my
people that
stream
send us
pulled
super
up
chat.
and Donnie's stream pulled up here at the We Are Wrestling channel. You know, just watch us
And
both, man. Hang out with
Listen to
both.
Donnie's stream and have Danny's on mute.
There you go. That is how I watch my stuff. Let's go.
Says the motherfucker that doesn't stream on Twitch, but has his Twitch tag right there on his name.
Hey, I have a Twitch. I have a Twitch. And every time I go on a live stream, you have one viewer. So
Half our audience is gonna be half our audience is gonna be deceased before you start streaming.
Wow, I just hit my knee. Oh my God.
speaking of half, you have half the viewers that I usually do when I do Twitch. So
Who cares about your viewers and who cares about your viewers? Because right now we are wrestling, man. We have 24 total people here in the live stream, the live episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast, which is live every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All those audio listeners, which by the way, we have quite a few people that download these episodes and listen to us. How the hell are you not enjoying the experience live?
We got some news. We got some news. Chris Jericho is back in the ring.
Is he?
Fightful.com posted 31 minutes ago that in the new Apple television series, Margaret's Got Money, Nicole Kidman shares a ring with Chris Jericho.
So he's back in AEW?
No, he's in an Apple TV series called Margaret's Got Money Troubles with
Danny,
Nicole Kidman.
Danny just did. He pulled some clickbait right there.
Oh my God.
Wow. Oh my God. What are we gonna do with you? Jesus.
Well,
All right, Dan Eddy, it's your turn now. I'm gonna pretend Danny didn't do that.
I forgot what we were doing.
Right there.
What? Breaking news!
Oh my God.
Breaking news.
Oh my goodness. All right, Dan Eddy, it's your turn now to get into number 21 to 30 on your list.
Let me get this podcast back on track. Jesus Christ.
Thank
All right,
you.
so number 21, I have Damian Priest. I have 22, Javon Evans. Let's get bouncy. 23, Powerhouse Hobbs, just because I didn't know what his name was going to be, and I think he is going to show up. Even if it's just like Hobbs, I don't know. 24, Austin Theory, like I said, to spread out division. And I put Austin Theory last because it kind of puts a little wedge into the vision thinking, okay, well, Austin Theory might be more important than all of us, and that's why they put him towards the end. Who knows? Doesn't have to do as much. Maybe he could win it and end up being in there in the final four. Sami Zayn at 25, because I think once he loses to Drew McIntyre, he can still enter the Royal Rumble because that match is going to be before it. And then 25, just so he can have time to like rest or whatever, because he's already going to be in uniform and all that stuff. Chad Gable,
was a safe choice.
Chad Gable, 26, as you know, like we've been saying, he deserves to be like return, and why not towards the end? Gunther at 27. So I put Gunther at 27 because, like we were saying before, he's in the final four, maybe, or gets the final two, maybe. I don't know, against Brock Lesnar. But he gets thrown over the top. I don't know by who. I'm not predicting that because it'd be way too hard. It could still have him chase the championship, but also still be this legend killer. And like Donnie was saying, he and Brock Lesnar can have a moment inside the ring, which would plant the seed for their WrestleMania match.
Yep. Or SummerSlam or whatever.
What the speculation will be, who knows? Maybe it would be a retirement match. I don't want it to be. Because Danny was on something about him, Brock facing Obafemi later on, because that would be a great match to watch too. So I don't, hopefully, not retirement match. But anyways, so they can have a moment in the ring. LA Knight, I put that as 29, and then Roman Reigns is 30. Because if you guys remember, back when the LA Knight and Roman Reigns feud was sort of going on, Roman Reigns was doing his, acknowledge me entrance, and then LA Knight immediately cuts him off and just interrupts his entire entrance.
And they have some history too.
You can hear the LA, and while Roman Reigns was like, the hell doing that to me? So they can just kind of bring him back to the original tribal chief, the OTC, the heel Roman Reigns kind of spark fuel. So I have Roman Reigns coming in at 30.
30 is going to be somebody boring, isn't it? Yeah.
More than likely.
I could see
More
that.
likely it could be like Sami Zayn or something. I don't know. Oh.
Yeah, so unfortunately, before Dan Eddy went on his list with 21 to 30, Danny did fake us out.
Yeah.
And Tyrus is disappointed in our We Are Wrestling champion. I am too. You know why, Tyrus? Here's the reason why I'm disappointed in our We Are Wrestling champion. This is worse than Jon Moxley hiding the championship inside a briefcase. Like, where's the championship?
Right up there. You can't see it. You gotta beat me for it, motherfucker.
I hate this. Don't worry. It's all
you
gonna
guys
be
don't like
saved
my heel
Saturday.
tactics? I don't give a shit.
Cam in the
hit you
live
in the face
chat.
with some brass knucks.
I don't
One,
think there's going to
two,
be,
three.
they're going to put 4 big names as the last 4 spots. They're going to put someone dumb. Brock Lesnar announced he's in the Rumble on Pat McAfee's show. Okay, well, that's good. Brock Lesnar's confirmed.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar's confirmed for the Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking know.
Yep. All right, well, it is my turn now to share my final 10 entrants for the Royal Rumble. At number 21, this is where I got big names for my last 10. So at number 21, Jacob Fatu. To the 22, Bronson Reed. 23, Cody Rhodes. 24, Roman Reigns. 25, Randy Orton. 26, Braun Breaker. 27, Trick Williams. He's going to get the lucky number because number 27 is the most winners that have won with that number in the Rumble. So I think he's going to get 27, get a little cocky. Crowd's going to lose their shit with the whoop that trick. Can't wait for it. 28, Ilya Dragunov. 29, Jey Uso. And at number 30, Brock Lesnar. And I will say, maybe one of my regrets now that I'm like looking at my list, I wish I did take the Dan Eddy approach on Gunter. Because now that I'm thinking about it, having Gunter at number 15, I don't see happening. I do see it being more between 21 and 30 because he is going to be working a pretty long match with AJ.
I think just it adds to the point where we're going with him of all this huge heel heat. And yes, it'll be a letdown when he loses. Who knows? Maybe he might win. I don't know. He might win the Rumble.
Did you guys hear what happened on ESPN?
Nobody gives a shit. I'm trying to talk right now. With
Hey, got him.
Gunther loses, he still has that huge heat behind him, regardless of what happens. Okay, now you can talk, Danny.
So Seth Rollins was on ESPN for an interview. Apparently, I saw a little snippet of it on TikTok when I was scrolling.
Yeah,
and apparently they outed that. Make sure you guys watch the Royal Rumble this Saturday, where Seth Rollins makes his return in the Rumble or something along those lines or whatever.
Nope.
Yeah, but Seth kind of defeated
I didn't hear what Seth said, but.
Nope, I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. I just don't care right now for Seth. Like, just take your break, recover from your injury, if it's fake or not. Recover from it, please. Come back at Mania.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us had him on our list, but we'll have to wait and see.
Not even as a return.
We'll have to wait and see what happens. But I want to ask you guys: out of all 30 men that are in the Royal Rumble, who is going to be your Iron Survivor? Who's going to be in that Rumble, and they are going to be the one that people talk about for years to come? Because there's always one of them.
Braun Breaker.
Son of a bitch.
I have two. I have
go ahead, Donnie.
Either Carmelo Hayes or Obafemi as the Iron Survivor, because I do think Carmelo Hayes, they're going to try to give him a very long time in the Rumble.
I have.
Most eliminations will be Oba.
Yeah, I think Obafemi will be the most eliminations. As far as like the one who lasts the longest, Braun Breaker.
Yeah, Breaker will be in there for pretty long. But now let's get into our 2 surprises that we locked in for the men's Rumble. Danny, we're gonna let you take it away.
So first one, Chris Jericho, and second one is Karrion Kross. That's a you know, definitely a huge shot in the dark. But what I found was really interesting is on Fightful. As you know, they're sponsored by MyBookie. Apparently, Karrion Kross and Logan Paul have the same amount of odds of winning the Royal Rumble. So, Karrion Kross is just as likely to win the Rumble as Logan Paul is.
Karrion Kross is not coming back. And I got to ask you, Danny, why isn't Karrion Kross or Chris Jericho on your Royal Rumble list?
Because to be honest,
did me and Dan Eddy beat you to the people that you were gonna lock in?
No, to be honest, I don't think either one of them are gonna show up. To be honest, you're just giving me and Dan Eddy some free points because you feel bad that we're not the champ. No, Jericho's still on the AEW list. Apparently that's updated all the time. Because Powerhouse Hobbs, right the minute Dynamite went off air, Powerhouse Hobbs was taking the fuck down. Jericho's
Angelo in the live chat. So you got them showing up in the Crows or something. You got them showing up but not in the Rumble.
I mean, to Danny's point, though, we said surprise returns as just showing up. So not necessarily have to be in the Rumble.
Yeah.
So that's what we did with Survivor Series.
I thought it was Karrion Kross.
But what I figured we were going to do for the Royal Rumble.
And Karrion Kross, even since he gotten released, he's been touted about he loves WWE. He would love to be there, which is a huge reason why, besides the whole Don Callis shit, because Don Callis, there was an incident between Don Callis and Scarlett or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the huge reason why Karrion Kross won't go to the AEW is because he wants to be back in WWE. So I wouldn't put it past WWE to sign this dude to a short-term deal so he could participate in the Royal Rumble and just feel that energy again. It would not surprise me one fucking bit.
Maybe next year.
Oh, I'd be excited if Karrion Kross.
I would be excited. I would lose my shit. I'm sure.
Nobody thought CM Punk was ever going to come back. Definitely nobody thought AJ Lee was going to.
I just think it's too soon. Too soon.
Or Edge.
Chris Jericho. Here's why I didn't have Chris Jericho as a surprise, or I didn't have him at all on my list, because I am really taking these predictions serious. I am locked the fuck in on getting my championship back. And I've been paying attention to the websites. And that's one thing, it blows my mind that a lot of you guys were like, oh, Shane McMahon's back in WWE because he's on the website. He never left the website. I go to the website once a week, and I've been doing that for probably the past 20 years of my life. I don't know why. To kind of
defend the whole argument about Chris Jericho.
And Jericho is on AEW's website.
He's still on AEW's active roster, but so is Mr. Brody Lee, who passed away years ago.
I can explain that. They're going to be keeping Mr. Brody Lee on the website because, they want to honor him, and he never technically left All Elite Wrestling. So they want to keep him on the website as a way to pay tribute to him. And that's why, if you listen to the intro for Dynamite, they always say it's Wednesday. You know what that means. That's what he would always tweet on Twitter as Mr. Brody Lee.
Oh,
he would say and then you know what that means.
Never mind.
But they do stay on top of the releases, because with Powerhouse Hobbs, immediately when he lost, even though his contract was up on Thursday, Collision was airing on Saturday. So then when he lost the championship on Saturday, the Trios title, that's when they removed him from the website. So they're staying up to date with it. So that's why I think Jericho.
I'll read what Tyrus just said.
He's showing up at WrestleMania. You want to read it?
Saudi Arabia does have strict visa and manifest laws for visitors and trips, saying the Rumble shouldn't have surprises is also because of that. Well, apparently they have a lot of big surprises lined up for the Rumble, but I mean that might,
we'll find out.
That might eliminate Leon Slater's opportunity of being in the Rumble, sadly.
Well, I mean that's 1 point, so if anything.
All right, well, Dan Eddy, let's get into your 2 surprises.
2 points, actually. I will lose out. I went with because I think either Danny or Donnie took my other ones. I went with LA Knight because the way that they written him off on TV, and they're still in the rumor mills that they're gonna have a big push for LA Knight when he comes back in 2026. What perfect time to have him show up. But in the Royal Rumble, I think in the Saudi Arabia crowd, he would get a huge push because he kind of brings that hybrid role of like the modern era. But yeah, he still has that nostalgic feeling with like a mixture of Rock and Stone Cold gimmick or character, I should say. And then I had to pull out the big guns because fucking Donnie stole my almost for sure women's answers. So I had to go with The Rock. And that's the reason why when I went into their group chat was like, hey, so what are we considered as a surprise return? And do they have to be in the Royal Rumble or just show up? Because I don't think The Rock will enter himself in the Royal Rumble. And if he does, I'll eat my words. But I digress.
If he does, you get a point.
If he shows up, I get 2 points. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just get a point. Or 2 points if I get it right.
Yeah.
Regardless if he shows up or not. But if he shows up, I think with all this hype of Roman Reigns and The Rock, or The Rock being, the new general manager, or the guy behind the call with Adam Pearce, I think the point of him showing up at the Rumble is, well, first of all, it's in Saudi Arabia. Like, they're paying good money to have the best show ever. I think this is their WrestleMania before WrestleMania, and ironically, their WrestleMania after the shitty WrestleMania last year. Yeah, so I think they're just gonna pour a whole shit ton of money in it. LA Knight, guaranteed points, maybe Angelo, hopefully. But with The Rock, it's sort of like a wild card, but yet not so much of a wild card because they're going to shoot like that. I think more of a wild card of that will be the Stone Cold showing up. But I didn't go with that. I went with the kind of well-known Saudi Arabia fan crowd that's going to erupt if The Rock shows up, whether it's entry number 31 or whoever wins between Cody, Roman, fucking Braun Breaker, or whoever. The Rock could have a stare down, and there you go.
Mm-hmm.
A little fun fact posted 9 hours ago by Fightful. 3 years ago today, Bray Wyatt wrestled his last television match at the Royal Rumble against LA Knight.
Time
3
flies.
years ago today.
There you go.
All right. Well,
I think with these two showing up, whether LA Knight wins or loses, I think him coming back could have a lot of feuds between any one of the champions, really.
Get back at Bronson Reed for taking him out.
Get back at Bronson Reed. Go after the championship. Maybe even answer an open challenge to Carmelo Hayes. I don't know. Go up against Gunther. Who knows?
All right. Well, getting to my two surprises, which I locked in before both of these gentlemen because I am locked the fuck in with these predictions. I had to go with Powerhouse Hobbs and Chad Gable. They did have them on their Royal Rumble list, but we're allowed to have 2 locked-in men and 2 locked-in women wrestlers. And for the men, I had to lock down Chad Gable and Powerhouse Hobbs because I do think that is guaranteed points. And I'm hoping to get these combinations because that's going to be a huge factor going into this predictions championship is that 7 points. So if I can get Gable and Hobbs in that Rumble, that's 7 points right there to my board.
I literally threw my phone when I saw your answers at first.
At midnight, Tuesday.
Literally threw my phone on the couch. I was like, fuck!
Well, I had to go with Gable and Powerhouse Hobbs because we've heard the reports of Hobbs going right to the main roster. We already know he's done with AEW. They already trademarked the new name that he's going to have, Royce something. Chad Gable looks like a wrestling machine Kurt right now. If there's a perfect time and place for him to come back, it's going to be the Rumble at Saudi because the fans, they love him over there. So I definitely see that happening. And we get something with El Americano with him. But now let's get into our Royal Rumble winners. All right, Danny, who do you have as your winner for this year's Royal Rumble?
I pick Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, he hasn't been seen since War Games. He hasn't been on TV at all. Knowing Roman as well as I think I know him, or at least his presentation
Roman Reigns
on television, I don't see him flying 17 hours unless one, he's winning, or two, he's getting a massive payday. So
probably both.
I mean, you can make the same reason for all the other 29 competitors, but
Roman Reigns is different, though.
True. You can say
real quick. Have you seen that meme that's been going around of like all the graphics of Roman Reigns returns just in 2025?
No, I didn't.
Nuts. It's funny. But who do you got, Dan Eddy, for your winner?
I have Braun Breaker. I think what the storyline they're doing with him being suspended, him going up against Adam Pearce, he's the one that they're pushing within the division, even with Logan Paul this past week or this past Monday Night Raw. I think it's just a matter of time. Like, he lost the championship just not that long ago.
So you think him and CM Punk are going to run it back at Mania?
Either that or I don't think the feud is over just yet, because I don't see CM Punk holding it for too much longer. If it's not Braun Breaker, I think it's somebody else. Contrary to popular belief, it could be Roman Reigns who wins and then goes after CM Punk. I don't know. Like, fuck it. But I have Braun Breaker not only being an Iron Claw, excuse me, but I also have him winning it.
So I also have Roman Reigns winning this Royal Rumble. I think it's just obvious. Danny couldn't have said it better myself, even though I had Roman Reigns first in the chat. But I don't blame him for picking Roman because they love him in Saudi. And Roman has been teasing like the last 100 returns that he's had in 2025 that he wants to go after both championships. And if you're going to have an unpredictable road to WrestleMania, what better way to do that than have Roman win the championship, the Rumble, so that he could tease him going after Drew McIntyre's title, but then he could also tease going after CM Punk because they have unfinished business. So I do think that Roman Reigns, it opens up more opportunities, him winning the Royal Rumble this year. And I just think him and Bianca, it goes back to Saudi. I think that we're not going to get a crazy what the fuck like we did last year with Jey Uso. I just think that this year, we're going to get two established former winners of the Royal Rumble winning it because it's the most clear path to WrestleMania possible. But if I had to go with the number two, I would go Braun Breaker, actually, because of what we've been saying on the pod. I think Danny and I have been on the same page about this, thinking that Seth Rollins is going to show up at WrestleMania and then help CM Punk, and then he's going to turn on Breaker. Austin Theory's been helping Seth Rollins all along because he's been using the curve stomp. And I think Danny and I, that's the one thing wrestling-wise we have not disagreed on. We've been on the same page.
I predicted that. I predicted that, the guy in black is going to show up again. Breaker's going to assume that it's Austin Theory there to help him, but it's in reality Seth. He's going to super kick Breaker. Breaker's going to go down, curb stomp, and then CM Punk's going to give him the GTS 1, 2, 3. CM Punk is heading up the ramp. He stops, takes off his hood, reveals that it's Punk, and the crowd goes fucking crazy. Because what's the one thing that Rollins has been clear on? As long as I have a breath in my body, CM Punk will never be world champion. And here he is, helping CM Punk become the world.
And then there you go. You have your feud for the summer of 2026. But that's why I think Breaker, I do have at my number 2 pick for winning, because they could just have him go against CM Punk at WrestleMania for the championship. And then the vision makes them look strong, makes them look good, because they helped him get the job done. And things are intact, and then we get that crazy surprise that happens.
And I did want to mention this too. I did want to mention this too about what Dan Eddy said.
He made a good point.
I don't see The Rock being the one that was on the phone call with Adam Pearce. For
Rock.
one simple fact is
No, not
it's been very clear that The Rock has 100% is all about family. And who has been making Roman's life a living hell more than the Vision? Why would The Rock help the Vision?
I just think that like there's really like we're looking into it too much. It's because they don't know what the fuck they're doing with Adam Pearce and Aldis at this point.
To answer Angelo's question, I
Which
think
one?
if since Roman and Brock are the boring picks one, I would like a wild card. I would go with Randy Orton just to further the feud between that championship and make it maybe a fatal 4-way
I like that
between
wild card question.
Drew, Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes, and now Randy Orton.
I think my wild card pick would be Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, or Fatu.
Imagine
that would help
and then Cody Rhodes has to find his way into that match.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still clear that I think that Randy Orton's the one that attacked Jacob Fatu because Jacob, since even now since Randy has come back, he's like he made it clear he wants a WWE title. The night that Jacob got attacked, he was scheduled for a #1 contenders match against Drew McIntyre.
Another thing we've agreed on since the beginning.
Yep.
But I think we definitely have some pretty good predictions here. Anything's going to happen. Never know who's going to walk away with the predictions championship. The only way to find out is this Saturday. Any other predictions or anything you guys want to add before we close off this week's episode of the pod?
No, man, I think we have a solid foundation. I think it's going to be awesome watching the show. I hope you guys tune in to my stream, to Donnie's stream here on the We Are Wrestling channel, and it's gonna be fun, man. And don't forget, if you guys want to be entered in that giveaway, man, $5 super chats, you get a ball out of the a ping pong ball, and the winner, gets one of Donnie's action figures. So
that's right.
Yep.
We're doing a giveaway. But let's just plug a couple more things before we close off this week's episode because it's Rumble Week. It's crazy. And We Are Wrestling when it comes to our big four. We love having marathon weeks. So if you guys have not checked out the We Are Wrestling podcast extra that happened yesterday, Phil McManus made his return to the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel with myself, the best one, Donnie, and we reviewed WWE Unreal Season 2. And I get to go a little bit more inside about like me getting like onto the show. And of course, like talking about our thoughts on all the episodes. Some really good, it's a great 1 hour podcast to listen to. Great discussions. There is spoilers, so watch WWE Unreal before you check that out. But WWE Unreal review is out on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. And of course, tomorrow I'm going to be live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, covering the TV recap and the weekly news and rumors. Don't know who's going to be with me. Maybe I'll be solo. Maybe I won't. We'll find out tomorrow. We have a mystery guest. Who knows? But
it's like a Rumble surprise.
Did you tell us yet?
No. I don't even know who's doing it with me as of right now.
It might be Jacob Fatu. It might be Drew McIntyre. It might be Vince McMahon.
Are you free tomorrow?
I could be, yeah.
Well, if you are, come join me tomorrow. 5 p.m.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
All right, we'll talk. Oh, man. Look at me trying to politic on during the live.
You fucking politician. Turning into fucking Donald Trump over here.
Don't ever say that again, please. I don't support what this man's doing. But Friday Night SmackDown, we will have reactions coming out at the live time. So that will be up on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. Also, some of you guys have been asking where some of these reactions are. We Are Wrestling, we've been posting reactions with the videos over on Instagram and TikTok. For a new experience, since being on Unreal, I thought I would do something new, try some things out, grow the We Are Wrestling social media pages, something Danny's been trying to have me do for a while. Still trying to figure out the easiest way to do it, but we'll get there. But also, I've been giving you a lot of shit, Danny, this past 3 hours on the show. And on the live watch along for Saturday Night Main Event, which that was a fun stream, by the way. I did give you a massive shout out, and I want to give you a shout out once again. because StreamYard has been giving us a lot of problems with the live watch-alongs. So I downloaded OBS, and I didn't even like tell Danny I was doing this, and like I contacted him, and he took time out of his busy schedule to spend that hour and a half with me trying to show me how to work everything. Still gotta fix a couple little things like the chat and stuff, but overall, like you taking that time, gotta give you a massive shout out because the sound was perfect, the quality was perfect, and none of that would have been possible without your guidance, without your help. So thank you.
OBS is
Only
great
time I'll
and
ever
it's
acknowledge
free.
you, bitch.
OBS is great and it's free. That's the best part.
Yes.
I do want to mention that there's people in here that join my SmackDown streams on Friday. Friday's stream is gonna be in the afternoon because SmackDown is gonna be in Saudi Arabia, and I'm not waiting until 8 o'clock to watch a 3-hour tape show. So we will be going live in the afternoon. I believe the show starts between 1 and 2. So we'll be watching in the afternoon. So feel free to join me.
Oh, good. I'll be able to get my reactions out then right when I get out of my shoot job. Perfect.
Yeah.
I love that. And then, of course, Saturday, the live watch along for the WWE Royal Rumble. We Are Wrestling will be live around 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, an hour before the show is on air, because we got to draw some ping pong balls for our little super chat thing that we're doing here. $5 will get you a ping pong ball. And if that number enters the Royal Rumble that we draw for you, men or women's Rumble, so you have 2 chances to win a free WWE action figure. But hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast. If you did, smash that like button now.
Appreciate all the super chats.
We do appreciate all the super chats and everybody that did enter this giveaway. And honestly, really hope one of you guys get it. But if you're not, We Are Wrestling Maniac, get ready, and you're listening to this podcast wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever. Leave us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review. Those reviews really help get this podcast out to new viewers, new listeners, and we have a very strong following on there, especially even doing the live. So we do appreciate all the listeners out there. It is a cool experience getting to listen to it, because sometimes I'll put it on if I'm going for a long drive to a meet and greet or something. So we do appreciate that. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, over on the YouTube channel where you get the best pro wrestling content a whole week, we have Royal Rumble related content, an extra yesterday, unreal, an extra tomorrow live talking about the news. We have live watch-alongs for all the WWE PLEs, AEW pay-per-views, and specials. Of course, reactions, vlogs, everything pro wrestling, hot takes. We recommend you guys to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. So close to 8,000 subscribers. Let's get there before episode 200. We're so close.
Let's go, man. 8,000.
Yeah.
Links down.
More fingertips.
Links down in the description box below. You can go follow myself over on my toy page, my social medias. You can follow me on there. Links are down below. You can go follow Danny over on his social medias. He does live watch-alongs for the additional weekly wrestling television shows. You're not getting that over here on the We Are Wrestling. You get reactions to some of the stuff. Danny's watching the full shows. Monday Night Raw, sometimes NXT, the full SmackDown shows, sometimes AEW and TNA if he's in the mood. But you also get all the pay-per-views and PLEs, including New Japan. You also do get some of those international shows that you don't get here. So that's just another extra content, extra value over on his channel.
So subscribe, man. I'm 3 subscribers away from, I'm like halfway to 2,400.
It is down in the links below. And Danny, after this, I am going to want some commission for really putting your channel over there. Dan Eddy, you can go check out his social media over on Instagram and Twitch. He will be twitching sometime in 2026, and it is going to happen because we are holding him to it.
2036, man. You got the date wrong.
And Instagram, of course, Dan Eddy. If he is your friend, he will accept you. If not, you get deleted. All our links are down in the description box below. But, of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.
Seattle.